And we're live. Welcome to another exciting edition of the Ring and Nate Bullshit Podcast of the NiceGuyAndy Podcast, Season 2, Episode 37. We your host with the most, Superfly Johnny Lee. And tonight, we got a special kind of podcast. But first, let me introduce my co-host of the evening, because we got a stacked room. We got to my left, we got someone who backdoored her way into the studio today. She found the keys and somehow got in here and said that it's appropriate that she be here. We got Calamity Jane.
Thank you. The backdoor queen, as I've been told that I've been called. Now, apparently, don't Google it.
Of course.
It's foul.
And then, to her immediate left, you see the man, the myth, the legend himself. You see the one, the only, the wrestling encyclopedia, Sean Johns.
That is I. Hello.
And over to his left, we got, at the far wall, we got the bearded one. We got Big Beard Dudley.
What's up, podcast world?
And right there in front of our man, the bearded one, we got Killian the Kid.
What's up, podcast?
And then to his left, we got someone who's returned to the studio after so much time away. We got the one, the only, Andrew Dubranin.
What?
And behind him,
What's up, buddy?
Thank you so much.
heck yeah, we got King Dogbot here, and he's back with the hot dogs. He sure does love those. And then behind Andrew Dubranin, you can see on camera, you can see the intern, Emily Rose.
Hey!
Wait to the camera, not us.
And now to our guest of honors, we got another podcast in the house. We got Headlocks, Hills, Havoc Podcast. We got J Mac, the legend, and we got to his immediate left, Uncle Sam.
What's up?
How y'all doing, guys?
Doing great. It's a beautiful day. Like I said, we're happy to be here. Appreciate it.
Take it away, Jane.
Take it away. What the hell am I doing?
I'm sharing.
Oh,
You're
well,
taking it away.
throw me in. So, guys, we appreciate you guys coming in and checking in with us. And we have an idea in place that, like, you know, there's enough room at the table for everybody. That's like, we don't mind bringing in other podcasts or like trying to put somebody else over. And there are some people that are just like so bent out, like anybody's Meemaw can have a podcast, but like when you bring other people in or like you have meetings with other podcasts, like there's enough for all of us, I think, you know.
That's right.
So
I appreciate it. Like I said, I mean, like we're kind of new to the game. Only been doing this maybe 6 months at the most, you know, so we're willing to learn and try to take in as much knowledge as we can get. Like I said, so, I mean, we really just appreciate everything that y'all are doing, you know, just giving us time to shine. Like I said, I mean, because we love wrestling just like everybody else, and that just was kind of brought us together as friends, and we've been, I'd say, probably about 20 years watching wrestling at least.
that's awesome. And what made you guys want to decide to like specifically like do a podcast? What was the moment where you guys were just like, we should get on this. We should probably do something.
Well, honestly, like we always debate and kind of argue everything when it comes to whether it's sports, whether it's politics. Like we're always kind of on the other end of wrestling, and our main
That sounds familiar.
yeah, and our
Very familiar to me.
but the biggest thing would probably be a Shawn Michael versus Bret Hart rivalry. Like I've always been kind of Team Bret. He's always been kind of Team Shawn Michaels, and
He even works for Pepsi, and I only drink Coke.
So this is very deep seated.
it goes deep. It goes deep. And like I said,
frenemy type.
yeah.
Yes, but this is
And,
one of my best friends, so you know.
Hey, you need to get a little closer to the mic.
I can't hear nothing. I can't hear. Yeah,
That's all right, brother.
Can't hear shit. We're making do with what we got today.
I want to scare people. Yeah, I mean, it just what was it? Arby's back in the mid '90s. We started talking about the NWO and everything that was going on there, and it's just been ever since then. You know.
What's up, Bobby Blade?
Bobby Blade.
Bobby.
Sean brought out a really cool factoid last night on the show, and it was that there were 79 different members of the NWO. And
From 96
of course,
to 2002.
which I didn't realize. I knew it was bad. I didn't know it was that bad until he was like, you know, you say this number 79, you're like, holy shit. So, a personal favorite. Do you have any personal favorite standouts or unsung heroes of the NWO that you guys want to talk about?
Legend, I'll let you go first. I know that's your wheelhouse.
I already know how you feel about Brett and Sean, so I'm not going to say I'm judging you both, but I'm judging you both in different ways. So
It's all right.
that's all right. I'm Team Brett.
As far as standouts, like, to me, the NWO more is just like, I like the original, just the original group. I liked it when it was small. I kind of agree with, like, when the Big Show done that interview, and he said that, one day I pulled up and there were like 5 limousines full of just everybody was NWO, so who else is for the company, And
Yeah.
it just, I don't know, it grew to being too much. So, I mean, after the original group, it was just kind of like copy paste anybody into an NWO shirt. So it was, after that, it really lost meaning to me.
It lost its luster.
Yeah.
That's like, I think a lot of people feel that way about the bloodline now.
Oversaturation.
It's a
Yes.
bloodline fatigue, I guess, but
It happened to DX too.
Yep.
They kept breaking up, getting back together. Somebody was turning every other minute. I don't want to see that. I want to see if there's going to be a faction like that. I want to see a faction that's like, and I hate to say it because it's really old school and traditional, but the Horsemen.
Yeah.
They were just always together. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. We were talking about it on our show that it didn't. I don't care what the match was. If it said that Arn Anderson or Ric Flair or some members of the Horsemen were across the ring from each other in a tag team match, whoever the big baby face in that match was getting turned on that match.
That's right.
And it was going to be because the Horsemen swerved them. Period. They just, that to me, that's a faction.
that's a great. They're such a great stable because they it's like they metered that. They had it. They were like, let's not go overboard with this. Let's not everybody can be a horseman.
Exclusivity, I guess, is kind of what made it look like, there was just the Horsemen. There was nobody else, and there was very few people that ever got in. You know what I'm saying? There might be, you might have every once in a while, of course, there's always going to be Arn and Ole. There's going to be a Ric Flair. I really didn't like when they tried to bring it back 2.0, kind of like the Evolution with, what's his name?
Benoit, Malenko.
Yeah, all that. It was just,
I get that.
it kind of lost like what made it special. Now, I did like Benoit. Like, I think in WCW, I think he fit perfectly. But I think when they tried to bring him over to WWE or WF at the time, whatever you want to call it, it just didn't work with me. Just my opinion. Like I said, that's just
Heck yeah, man. No, I feel it 100%. It just felt more elite. It felt more special. And I think that's the thing too. Is like nowadays you have stables, and it's like anybody can join up. Just submit your application. We'll accept you. But like with DX and NWO, man, it did. It absolutely got completely out of hand. Like everybody.
Like I've been saying, oversaturation. They had jobbers, 79, and you have a good point too, Jane. Like at one point, it was like overused. Like it no longer was the faction that we all grew up thinking was, yeah, this is hot shit. But over time, it's like Eric Bischoff only had that one good ideal, and he kept on going with it.
Yeah.
Killed it. 79 members, that's horrible. And I didn't even know that until Sean pointed it out.
Sean, can you cite your sources? Where did you get that? We're just gonna
I
quote you on it.
saw a video on YouTube, and on the way here last night, I was like, I'm scrolling videos while I'm driving. Do not recommend that, kids. But I was at a red light. I was letting the video play. Said from 1996 to 2002, there were a total of 79 members of the NWO. Now I'm not sure if that means if they're counting double, like people that went in and out, like Big Show, Giant, whatever.
According to Wikipedia.
Okay, Wikipedia.
Take it with a grain of salt. It has its own separate page, though. A list. There were a total of 79 members of the group in its existence. Missing below are the Nasty Boys, who were in for one night. very early on. So that's interesting.
right.
But there's an entire.
But they weren't really official.
They weren't really in. They just wore the shirts and got their asses kicked
I think.
forward.
Yep.
I think that's what they're. Yeah. I think
Kind of
that's
like
what
a
they're-
DDP type thing where you put it on and
It's
immediately
temporary.
took it off.
Yeah.
How many can you name? Could you probably name offhand? Do you think?
Oh, Lord.
Out of
You
79,
remember?
you think you do what,
man.
10 to 20?
Oh,
I can-
I can-
I could do 30, maybe 30.
I wouldn't
We
go
might,
that
we might have to just write
I
it
know,
out and see who gets
see-
the most.
Do I have to? I only like the first three guys that were inside the group.
Well, let's not do the first thing.
But see, I tell you,
I
the
could
thing
do
that
it, but-
killed the NWO too was I think the NWO should have been like nobody that had never been to the WWE should have been a part of the NWO.
Exactly.
I
It
agree.
should have been made to completely look like this was an invading WWE group.
Yeah.
So, you know, you had Hogan, you had Hall, you had Nash, you had X-Pac. Then they
Yep.
should have brought it, you know, I'm sorry, but Bischoff should have never been the guy leading the group.
No.
It should have been DiBiase.
Yeah, he should have left DiBiase in that role.
And you know,
completely.
it's funny. It kind of reminds me too of like AEW, where people have jokingly referred to it as all ex WWE.
I haven't heard that.
But bringing them in, yeah, that should have been that the whole purpose. Like you had that could have been a recruiting requirement. And but aside from like different like celebrities, like I'm cool with certain celebrities coming in and adding prestige to it. But I think it kind of fell off. Maybe Steiner was the last notable NWO member, maybe.
He was.
But then after that point, it's Lex Luger, Sting, Stevie Ray, Horace, Disco Inferno, David Flair, Bret Hart, Jeff Jarrett, Ron Harris, Don Harris, Medaja, April Hunter, Tylene
Medaja.
Medaja, Paul Shock, Shakira. Shakira?
What?
Yep,
Shakira.
Shakira.
Not the singer.
Oh, come
Yeah,
on.
I was like,
Shakira.
where was I at? I missed that.
I'm upset about that.
Mark
They were
Johnson,
one
Booker
of,
T, and Shawn
Scott
Michaels.
Steiner's.
I would have joined NWO
women
if
that he
Shakira
hung
was
out
there.
with.
Okay.
Yeah,
So just to clarify, this list was not compiled by Scott Steiner, right? Because we don't want to use Scott
Yeah.
Steiner math.
no.
Coming,
Hey.
It's significantly less than 79 people, too. But of course, it starts off with the originals: Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Hollywood Hogan, Ted DiBiase, Giant/Big Show, NWO Sting, Six/X-Pac, Vincent,
Seven.
Miss Elizabeth, Nick Patrick, Eric Bischoff, Buff Bagwell. Then you kind of get into like Mike Wall Street, Bubba Rogers, Scott Norton.
I like Norton.
Then Randy
I like
Savage.
The
So it was
out there
like,
for a
and
paycheck
then Dennis
guys.
Rodman, and then Conan, Kurt Hennig. Fantastic. But Rick
Right,
Rude,
right.
Dusty Rhodes, Brian Adams, Scott Steiner, Disciple, Lex Luger, Sting. And then it just kind of, in my opinion, that's kind of about the top that we were like, well,
That's right.
this isn't cool anymore.
I think my mailman was in the NWO.
Sean's mailman.
Man, I believe that if Shakira was a part of the NWO, I would have joined it.
Shakira.
Look up
Not the
Shakira.
one.
Not Shakira.
Oh, man.
Hips
Different.
don't lie, Shakira.
I mean, you never know.
Exactly. Because if Dennis Rodman could be inside of it, anybody could have
She
been.
could do it.
I'm pretty sure there's an AI video out there of her with the NWO
Oh, sure.
body slamming somebody, putting them through the mat. I
saw
guarantee you.
an AI video the other day of Mr. Rogers
Oh,
in
yeah.
NWO.
That's so horrible.
Him and Bob Ross going at it.
They
He
are
had an NWO shirt.
Killing me.
I'm dying.
Anything's possible now. Anything.
I
I
had one
guarantee
of
you.
friggin' Betty White.
You guys saw that one?
And if you do see it, her hips don't lie. So, you know.
That's right. The hips don't lie.
It'll be for real. So.
Mesmerize.
We actually have a Nice Guy Andy NWO shirt. If anybody's interested in that, go buy our shit. NWO.
Pro Wrestling Tees.
ProWrestlingTees.com/NiceGuyAndy.
It's on our page. It's on my page. It's on all the pages.
Also up the brand new Big Beard Dudley shirt.
Yeah.
Hypno
the-
Dudley.
The Hypno Dudley shirt. If anybody needs any merch designed, reach out to Calamity Jane. It's a little side hustle that I do.
That's right.
Or what?
Or dumb. What kind of playing off that romantic?
Sean says it. Or dumb. That's fine.
Hey, we get royalties off that.
Yeah, please reach out to Jane.
Listen.
Whoa.
Linda.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were about to tell me that Linda McMahon was also an NWO member.
I thought
know.
I thought I was on a grown-up website for a minute because I pulled up Shakira.
Oh,
That's the Shakira. They misspelled it on Wikipedia.
okay. If she was part of
I
NWO,
thought that was Christy Hemme for a second.
I did too. I was
She
like,
was part of NWO. I'm NWO for.
I mean, I have had her Playboy.
it's spelled Shakira. Okay, so that's why. So it's not Shakira, it's Shakira with an I, not Shakira with an A.
So Shakiri or Shikari
No, it's still Shakira.
with an I.
Shikira.
She was one of the freaks.
Shakira,
Yeah,
different.
when Scott
Oh,
Steiner's
okay.
friends
The freaks. Okay.
The freaks and
For
peaks.
NWO 2000.
Somebody gonna match my freak?
You know that great.
Shut up.
NWO 2000. That great experiment with Bret Hart. You know.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah, let's
I
have
felt personally attacked her. Just-
What?
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
You like that?
No, I can't even lie. I didn't even like that shit.
Not even Bret Hart.
Brett,
fans like
I
that.
mean, I was just like, please, Brett, but there's nothing I could do about it. Like I said, they were a hot mess at that time, so, I mean.
Sure was. And at the time, they wasn't even booking Bret Hart like they should have.
And plus, guaranteed contracts, so I don't really think he gave to. I mean, he gave a fuck, but he didn't give a fuck. I mean, he was still cashing checks at the end of the day.
Man, after he got kicked with Goldberg, he's like, fuck this company. Done.
Yeah, let me go sit on this couch real quick. Let me get these checks. I don't
Trust me, we've all heard for the last 30 years
Hey,
how
hey.
much he said. Fuck this.
But here's the funny part. He forgave Bill Goldberg, but now he's refrained on it.
Where he wasn't mad at Goldberg.
Well, I was asking the question, it was a serious question. I'm a Shawn Michaels guy through and through. I'm not a Bret Hart fan, but I do hate the fact that everything happened because, like we've discussed, it robbed us of so many great matches between Shawn Michaels and Bret. And we've even talked about how, like, if Kurt Hennig would have stayed around in the WWF at the time, just passing the title between Shawn, Bret, Owen, and Mr. Perfect, those would have been some classic series of matches.
Could you have imagined a triple threat match with Kurt Hennig, Bret Hart, and Shawn Michaels?
Oh, yeah.
You talk about
Yeah.
blowing
Yeah.
the roof
And that's what I'm saying.
off.
Good
Throw
choice.
Owen Hart in there, too. And for
Yeah.
a fatal
Oh, gosh.
four-way, it would've
Fatal
been-
four-way? Shit.
That's you got
Done.
classic matches any way you put them together.
They could have paired Kurt Hennig and Shawn Michaels together in a tag match against Bret and Owen.
Damn.
Yes.
And like,
Yeah. Everybody's just got a boner. It's fun.
and like, I'll even admit, and this is hard for me to admit, that I believe Owen, if he had made it, would have been better than Bret.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think he had more athleticism. I think he was better on the mic or whatever. And I think he had all the things Bret had, but he just had a little bit more to it or whatever.
I
best-
have a comparison I want to throw out there. I compare Bret and Owen. Thank you, Jane. I compare Bret and Owen to the band NSYNC. Hear me out. There's always saying that JC was the better singer, but Justin Timberlake was the bigger star. That's how I look at it. Owen was the better wrestler. Bret was the bigger star.
How do you know their names?
I used to listen.
That is
back
a
in the day.
horrifying
Don't judge,
thought.
brother. Don't judge.
Oh, I judge.
Don't judge.
He wants it that
You're
way.
guilty.
That's the Backstreet Boys,
Oh, see?
or so I've heard.
She walked right into
See?
It's scary now. It's getting scary.
It is scary.
Look, back in those days when I was your age, those were the two biggest bands. You couldn't. It was like WWF, WCW, and it was either NSYNC or the Backstreet Boys.
And you didn't have to listen to either one.
You didn't have to, but when the girl I was dating wanted to listen
I
to
was
it,
gonna say it.
I had to listen to it. All right.
Well.
And to quote another great boy band, he did it all for the nookie.
That's what I
Oh, he sure did.
I was going to say the only reason I know anything about anything like that is there used to be a time when females talked to me. And
The hell you say?
I know I'm surprised as you are, but you know, you learn a few things in those times. But no, But
That's
getting
true.
back to it, it just, I wonder sometimes with the whole Bret Hart stuff and everything, and this is not a pot shot at him or anything.
Oh, no.
But with the strokes and everything else and all the medical problems that he's had, I wonder if his bitterness is not just a result from brain damage.
Yeah.
Possibility.
A lot of it just is he doesn't know how to shut that anger off anymore.
Yeah.
You might be right.
And also because he suffered a concussion and
Right.
Yeah, that's what caused the stroke, mainly.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I wonder if just that, if there's not like dementia maybe setting in.
I
somewhere.
believe so.
Oh,
I hope
man.
not.
I hope not,
wish
too.
anything on
I hope not.
Because, again, we got robbed of a whole lot of great wrestling.
Yeah.
Because he was still young enough to where even when WCW folded, he could have possibly made amends, come back to WWE, and still had a few more matches, that possibly great matches. With other
That's
people.
right.
Unfortunately, that's not what we got.
Yeah.
Nope.
But
Because
we did get Sean coming back, so we can all be grateful for that.
Yeah.
I mean, remember when WCW had the chance to have Bret Hart be booked strong like he was in WWF, they instead of like, you know what, we got you. How about we rehash the Montreal Screwjob that just happened
And that just
a month
killed
ago?
it. That just killed it.
Bret
Yeah,
Hart
in
should have been-
'99.
Bret Hart should
Oh,
have
yeah.
been the guy coming
Yes.
into WCW, being Sting's help to get
Yep.
rid of the NWO
Oh, that-
completely.
That would have been great.
So good.
I think that was actually the plan, but I think once he got concussed, it kind of pushed everything out the window and shit. It was like, well, like what do we do? And what they did was they just ran with the NWO shit. Just
Well, they
ran
kept
it to the
having him
ground.
come out with the NWO and stuff, and like there was always that question: is he NWO? Is he not NWO? And I was just like, what's going on? Everybody's NWO. Apparently.
Sting's my friend, and
Yeah.
Sting's going, I don't know you.
Right. I don't know the creative back then.
The way that they did though, it should not have been Bret having to rehash it. They should have did what was originally planned. Sting goes over clean, NWO's done. You move on to a new storyline. Bret Hart should have been going after Sting for the world title.
Yep.
But that wasn't the plan because they decided at the last second. Instead, since Hogan's going for a clean 1, 2, 3, which is supposed to be a fast count, they're going to have Bret Hart come out there and be like, this don't sit with me. You're not going to do another Montreal Screwjob.
They told
It's bullshit.
Right.
Hogan told Nick Patrick do a regular count. That's what happened.
And that killed it all.
It killed the whole thing.
See, right there, they could have killed off that version of the NWO. Let Hogan go away for a while. Let him come back in the red and yellow again.
Yep.
But a couple of months later, they could have brought the NWO back with Bret Hart as the leader.
Yeah.
We were screwing you the whole time. That's his regime. We're doing it right this time. Me, Nash, and Hall, we're going to do it. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? To rehash it if they wanted to rehash it. But like you said, they kept the story going.
They
And just
completely
kept-
fumbled when Brett came over from
Yes.
that should have been perfection.
Yeah.
And everybody, it was so weak. And that's a sad point.
It really was.
Everything was so focused on the screw job instead of the fact that, oh crap, Bret Hart's here. They didn't go the Vince McMahon route. Don't acknowledge anything that just happened over there.
Exactly.
But how do you not? If you don't,
Right.
if you don't acknowledge it, you could have very creatively alluded to it and joked about it or done something with that in the way that they were taking barbs at WCW, because let's be fair, there was a lot of that going on at the time.
Which was great.
But they didn't, and they were like, let's just pretend it never happened. You can't ignore the larger company that's in the room. If you do it tactfully, it could have been. There's just so much. There's so much. more.
Yes.
It's like when Medusa, when they picked up Medusa.
And
too, same
reality
thing.
always makes better storylines anyway. If you take a little bit of reality, you put a little bit of kayfabe, that's the shit that we're gonna believe. That's the shit you believe. Okay, well, I know this is 100% true. They just dropped it all together. It was you had a gift horse, and everybody knew about it, and you just was like you said, we'll forget about all that. And
Yeah.
Sprinkle
make
a
our
little
own
bit
story.
in.
Yeah, we'll make our own storyline.
Yeah, if we don't acknowledge them, if we acknowledge them, we're making them bigger.
Yeah.
Well, they're already the larger company, so like you're not really doing anything.
It's not like saying their name is going to make them their money go up this quarter.
Yeah, or if you do something more tongue in cheek per se, that's directed at them but not directly to them. It
Yeah.
could have been done. It could have
Yeah.
been done tactfully.
Yeah, there was a good way to do it, but they, like I said, they just dropped the ball.
They just kinda-
Sure did. And then they did try to capitalize on most of the storylines that they were going to have. 'Cause we could have gotten Bret Hart versus Hulk Hogan.
Oh,
That
yeah.
never happened.
Well, and see, that's another thing that I've heard rumors about that. Like there were a couple of times that Nash and Hall reached out to Shawn Michaels to try to get him to come over.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that would have been great at all because I'm so thankful that Shawn Michaels never ended up in WCW. But
Think
I
of the
could have
possibility.
seen a story where Shawn comes over, joins the NWO, but at some point in time, Hulk, you're too old. Bam.
Yep, super
I'm the
kick.
new leader of the NWO. Me and my boys, the Clique, we're running the show now. Something to that
Yep.
effect. That would have been great.
Kind of like a new NWO
Yeah.
type deal.
Yeah.
The funniest thing, though, is that the NWO and DX are both born from the Clique.
Yeah.
Because they're both Clique factions.
That is true. I never really thought about that, honestly.
And I don't know. It just, to me, there's so much more that could have been done with the NWO.
Oh, yeah.
That just, I was watching some old Nitros and stuff, and even watching it like that, it got stale.
Yeah.
Watching that weekly, I was like, God, it's just them hitting the ring and beating everybody up.
Yep.
And this is like the 5th week in a row, and nobody has come out here to do anything.
Imagine how I felt when the NWO Wolfpack would look cool, but they were doing the exact same promo every week and every month.
Yeah.
Until the finger poke of doom instant merged them back together.
But a fun fact about the NWO, we were just talking about Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels was actually, I'm going to pull a Shawn for a minute because he's out of the room. He's going to hate this.
Yeah, wrestling.
He was actually the last official leader of the NWO, according to him.
Hell yeah, he was.
That's right.
Yeah.
Learn
Right
something
there.
new every day. Hell.
Yeah.
Shawn
Yep.
Michaels, the last, if you go to Wikipedia, because they have it in like a little chart when everybody entered and the years that they entered, and the years if they were a leader, if they were a member, what have you. And Shawn Michaels was the last member in the late 2000s. And
Yep.
it looks like it would have coincided with the time X-Pac, I guess, like they did a thing. They ran it back a little bit. That's kind of cool.
Yep. And also Booker T was getting all jealous about bringing Shawn Michaels in. And then what happened? He got super kicked by Shawn Michaels. That was the night that Shawn Michaels officially made himself the leader of the NWO. Wearing that backwards flat cap of his that was leather with the NWO on the thing. That was a stroke of genius.
I don't know. I know all the problems that were caused behind the scenes and stuff and everything by Shawn. And not just Shawn, but just the Clique in general.
Yeah.
And
What, you mean the favoritism?
Well-
Being Vince's boy and his pet?
Being Vince's
I do.
boy.
He's saying it right.
It's true. It's true.
Uncle Sam ain't holding back.
It's one
It ain't nothing I ain't said before.
Hey, look, duck you, all right? Duck
Yes,
you.
his
No,
boy.
but,
Hey, that's also Leroy the Duck.
Leroy the duck says duck you.
Yeah, that's right.
And the dog god. Bow to the dog
Like-
god.
Yes, bow to our dog god.
But I get the whole. I'm over here looking at the dog now, like trying not to
Like
bounce.
the dog's going to help you. It ain't-
Right, help me,
Even
help
if
me,
you pray,
dog,
he will
help
not
me.
help you.
But like I get the favoritism and all the problems that were started and everything, but I also kind of understand why they were doing it. And yes, it was selfish for themselves, of course. They were trying to guarantee their money, guarantee their spots. But at that time, no, they were kind of doing what Jesse Ventura wanted to do in the 80s.
Yeah.
They were trying to
unionize?
Yeah, they were just trying to bring a
Unionize.
group of boys together that were going to say, this is how we're going to work. This is, we're
But wait.
independent contractors.
Who would be the Hulk Hogan to snitch on them?
In the 90s, to snitch on the clique,
Yep.
The Rock.
yeah, The Rock or Bret Hart,
Oh,
probably
God.
Oh, man. He just threw Bret Hart underneath the bus.
Anything bad that ever happened to the clique or Shawn Michaels, it's got to be Bret Hart's fault.
Of course.
But that is exactly what they were doing. They were trying to create a unionize because the clique was running rapid back
I don't
then.
know that they went about it the right way or anything like that, using the politics and stuff like that. But, I mean, I understand what they were trying to do. Did it help in the long run? Well, look at the state of wrestling now, guaranteed contracts.
That's right.
So, I mean, sometimes bad things come, or good things come from bad situations.
Yep.
It sucks, but
And anybody that's taking a look at like the WCW, like the salary Excel sheet that's very readily available of what everybody was making in those final years. Holy shit! Like, how is that financially sustainable? That's not financially sustainable now.
Yeah.
You know
Exactly.
what they were paying Macho Man, what they were paying Hogan for them to just kind of show up and be like,
Well, they get like $1 million a
Steve.
year.
"Oh, it's
Over.
Oh, really? By the end.
Yeah.
And the worst thing was that not only were they getting paid that money, but they had guaranteed creative control over everything that they did. So that meant that guys like Nash and Hogan could be like, I ain't putting this guy over. He's a joke. I'm going to go over this man right now.
And I think that hurt the company more than the money.
Sure did.
Because I got news for you. TBS is still on TV. TNT is still on TV.
Yep.
So Turner Broadcasting is still making money
yeah."
at the end of the day. WCW went defunct. How come? Because every wrestler was allowed to say no.
Yep. And that's what happens when you let the inmates run the asylum.
Exactly. Facts.
It's one thing to
right,
tell a
we'll let
wrestler.
See you later, Emily.
It's one thing to tell them, hey, we can discuss.
See you later.
It's one thing to tell them we can discuss what's going to happen. It's another thing. It was nice to meet you. But it's another thing to tell them that you can tell me, the promoter, no of what I want done in my ring.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that's not how it works.
And that's a problem with that because when you're a wrestler and you're contractually obligated to be there, you need to be okay with saying yes. Because if you say no like that and you're taking everything into your own hands, you're killing the company. You're not helping them. You're not being an asset. You're basically being a detriment to them.
You're killing yourself, too.
Yep.
Because who wants to work with somebody that's difficult to work with? You know, Calamity was talking about it earlier. It's about
Working with you assholes.
Oh, come on.
I'm kidding.
But
Go ahead, Jay.
It's the wrestling. It's the wrestling business. It's not about wins and losses. It's about getting each other over.
Yep.
You know, if you look good, we'll look good. You know, he looks good, then you'll make him look good, and vice versa. That's what it's about. Help each other out, get each other over.
And that's why WCW failed, because they let these guys have so much creative control that they were not helping the young talent get built up, and definitely not helping new stars to be created.
Wow, what does that sound like? That sounds familiar, like something else that we might watch.
A&W.
Not A&W. Not the root beer place with the badass cheese curds. We're talking about
AEW.
Josie made that joke all the way home last year.
Burger
That's
and
where
a
we went.
chili dog.
Yeah.
We went there a couple of weeks ago.
But
Those damn burger cheese.
in all seriousness, like, in my mind, that's like what I pick up on when I watch that. Sometimes it's because I'm like, Chris Jericho is like, who the hell's cheered for him in like years now?
Yeah.
But you know he probably has some sort of a Hogan-esque. This is just my theory, that he has some sort of creative control clause in his contract.
Oh,
and that's
most
the
definitely.
reason that he's been there as long as he has.
I
Exactly.
think that was one of the driving forces of him coming here, was that he got a lot of. I think Tony Khan just needs to give somebody his checkbook and say, go run me a wrestling company.
He's like Ted Turner, except for he's like 20 years later. That's the only difference.
And also a fan.
I mean, he's got a big wallet, and he's like, here, go do whatever you need to do to win.
That's
Exactly.
Tony's biggest problem is he started with a big wallet.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
doesn't know
Yeah.
the grind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not only that, he doesn't have enough actual wrestling people around him
Yeah,
that
exactly.
know how to do wrestling.
Well, not that he was listening anyways.
It's true, and that's the thing. You got to be able to be smart enough to say, I don't know everything, so let me get myself out of the way and ask questions. I don't know why he doesn't have Kevin Nash, Mick Foley, people like that on his payroll that they don't even have to come.
You're right.
See, the thing is,
Just let us call you and say, hey, does this story sound good?
well, he has those people. He has surrounded himself with those people, with Chris Jericho,
Yes,
with
man.
Mark Henry, Jake Roberts.
Oh, well, look at this.
But he's not utilizing those people
That's it.
in the right way.
We got a special guest in chat right now. Party Man Cam said, hey, what's up, everybody, except CSI KFC.
Man, Cam.
Yes, I can.
Man.
But you're right. This is what happens when you surround yourself with yes men. Legends who think that they're supposed to be veterans that will help the young talent, but instead, they're helping themselves. A prime example. I will stand by this because Adam Copeland came to AEW, and he was talking about he's going to put over the young talent, right? Well, who better to put over it than Ricky Starks?
Right.
They cut a promo together. And just because Ricky Starks calls him a bug-eyed guy, he goes off script and does something that Kevin Nash would do. Calls him a vanilla midget, a B-plus player, and that he's a bootleg TeaMoveWish.com rock. And after that, Ricky Starks gets his belt taken away from him. He was tag team champions with Big Bill. Gets absolutely squashed and his title taken away, and he's gone for months just because he was at WrestleMania to support his friend Cody Rhodes. That's an example of a yes man. Someone who will say yes to Tony Khan, never ever tell him, hey, bro, this idea sucks. Let's try and switch around.
He's the one.
Yep.
He's the one that's NXT champion now, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. That man's got talent. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know anything about. And that's the thing. I've been watching a little bit of AEW. The in-ring stuff is good.
Yep.
The stories, I don't know. I've watched like
Couldn't
5
tell you
weeks
what.
in a row, and I don't know what's going on.
Dude.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
Just
know.
give
from
that shit
week-
up.
Yeah.
Just give it up. It's not going to happen.
Well, the sad thing about it
Hey.
is the episodes are numbered in order, and I had to go back and make sure. Just to,
But then, hey, maybe that's part of their tactic. They're like, we're going to trick people into thinking that
Well,
there's
I
a
mean-
coherent storyline here, and then they're going to watch them all.
And it's going to be, and we got a theory here, actually.
We're going to be rich.
Tony Khan books his shows with WWE action figures. Okay, so when he's back there and he's got that ring, and he's literally playing for the action figure. If you ain't got an action figure, he throws you to the back and he's like, okay, this guy's losing.
so what you're saying is Tony Khan is Lord Helmet.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Okay.
I'm Chris Jericho. I'm the great lion. I'm gonna beat you up.
What are you doing?
I'm Mercedes Monet, and we're going to kill each other. I got 500 bells.
I'm gonna make her a 10 belts because her action figure's cool and I don't like this action figure. Get out of here.
Jericho opens up the door. I didn't see you playing with your dolls again, son.
Is everything okay?
And you know, if Tony Khan would just smarten up like a businessman should be, his company might be doing a little bit better than what it is right now. But he wants to be everyone's friend, and that's a detriment. Because he agreed to the Young Bucks' idea of, hey, let's air that CCTV footage of that night when we had that confrontation with Jack Perry and CM Punk. And it ended up proving everything CM Punk said word for word. And that made their company look like a joke.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
Here's another thing. I was trying to think, and I had to stay on my phone for just a little bit to find this, but this was such a cool, we were talking about WCW contracts earlier. Okay, everybody. Some people shit on Scott Hall and say he didn't play the game right, but he had it negotiated into his contract. There was a clause that if they brought anybody else over from WWE/WWF that were able to sign a bigger contract, they had to match Scott Hall's contract to that new contract. So that
Nice.
guaranteed that nobody else that was signed on was going to be making more than Scott Hall.
Damn Skippy.
That's genius. I mean,
Wow.
I can't hate him for that shit. I mean, I would too.
This is why he was the coolest.
And it's like I said, it is genius. It's complete genius on his part.
If I'm making $750,000, you bring in a guy, you're gonna pay him $1 million. Now you're paying me $1 million.
Yeah, you're paying me $1 million too.
And they agreed to that shit. That's
They-
good.
Yeah, WCW
all
did.
day long, twice on Sunday.
They were like, "Oh, this is a great idea. Of course."
Well, have you not
Eric
heard
Bishop
the
was like,
story?
okay.
Eric Bishop be like, yeah, I nailed it. I got the money. I got Scott Hall. I got
Did
Hulk
you
Hogan.
hear about the story how they were already signed to WCW and they signed them again?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
The night that JR said that Diesel and Razor were appearing on Raw.
Yeah. Okay. I remember.
They
that.
were like, "Oh, the WCW ups were like, what the hell's going on? They're advertising you.
Yes.
guys, what's up?" And everything. They're like, "We're right here, guys.
We're not going to that."
Where they're gonna
We've
be."
already signed your
Right.
contract.
And
That
they're
was
like,
hilarious.
No. So they were all sitting in the truck looking whenever Razor and Diesel came on. And like just before they came on, they had them sign contracts for more money than what they were already getting because I don't think they were officially under contract.
Yeah, they were a deal, man.
And they
Man.
officially signed contracts for more money and gave them more money.
Said,
So
"Can we
what
take
they
the
did-
company plane home?"
And then out come the fake Razor.
They
the
just sat
fake
there 5
Diesel,
minutes
and-
later and they were just looking fake. I never forget the interview.
I don't know why they went bankrupt. I mean,
Not a clue. Not a clue.
I remember Kevin Nash said he
Mystery.
just sat there and looked over at Scott and went, like, we told him we're not.
Guaranteed.
Who wouldn't? I mean,
I was dying.
here, you want more money?
Fine.
Man, I tell you what.
And that's why I say, how can you blame them? You know, people call Kevin Nash, Scott Hall assholes. Were they assholes or were they just smart businessmen?
They were smarter
Yes,
than the
they were
business
smart.
They were working with. That's
Right.
They treated it like an actual business.
That's exactly it. You know, yes, we got friends doing this, but at the end of the day, we're here to make money for our families, to, secure our families. I mean, look at Kevin Nash. He still drives the same cars from like 35 years ago and stuff and everything. He's still got a white Bronco and a Mustang, I think it is.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but smart business moves,
Yep.
I don't know. Like he said, I can't imagine why they went out of business.
He was one of the first people they confirmed for Squared Circle Expo for this year too. Is Kevin
Nice.
Nash. So Kevin Nash is going to be there. Big Show is going to be there, which I'm really excited about that because he doesn't do. I've heard his. Just on a side note, I've heard his asking fee is ridiculous, and you have to pay because he's so large. He requires 2 first class plane seats.
I could believe
But
it.
they're not together.
Cause him a big boy. Yeah, that part doesn't make any sense. But
You know why? Because he got these secret hookers that he's gonna fly on there.
That's what it
God,
is.
Johnny, it's immediately where Johnny's brain goes.
Come on. Kevin Nash is a smart man. Why wouldn't he bring on some hidden hookers that we're never going to hear about? Because all he has is an alibi. I bought 2 plane tickets for myself. I'm a big boy. I'm not going to be using them for just me. I got someone else in mind.
All
Pretty
I'm
smart.
going to say is, I look at Kevin. My favorite basketball player is Larry Bird. of all
Yep.
time.
Nice.
Great one.
Celtics fan. Of course, Uncle Slam over here. He's
Lakers.
Laker fans.
Yeah.
The team that doesn't have as many championships as the Celtics. But we'll get into that some other time. But no, my favorite player is Larry Bird, and you're talking about Kevin Nash and everything, and him being smart, and being on the road and stuff. All I'm going to say is, I don't know if it's smarts or if it's stupidity with his wife, but when Larry Bird got on the road and figured out he was going to be a basketball player
Yeah.
and traveling a lot, he went and got a vasectomy done. And I'm just going to leave it at that.
Smart man.
Seems like Kevin Nash is on that level of intelligence.
He learned from the best.
But no, wrestling's great, man. Wrestling, I don't know. I've watched wrestling since my first I can remember was Hulk Hogan taking on Hercules Hernandez.
Nice.
In primetime wrestling.
There you go, man. That's some classics right there.
He's taking it old school.
It's just I was sitting here just thinking to myself, what was my first memory? What's the first thing I remember? And I remember sitting in my mom's bedroom, and all I remember is seeing Hercules military press Hogan, and I was like, oh crap, that's a big dude. He just picked up over his head. And the next thing you know, Hulk Hogan's hulking up, and I'm losing my shit, as any kid would and everything.
Heck yeah.
What about you, Uncle Slam? What's your first big memory of wrestling?
Oh shit, I'm old. Let's see. Probably Saturday night's main event. Probably because I was poor, so I really didn't have much, like I said. So it was like you only had 4 channels, and that was the only one wrestling would really come on. So that's probably my introduction to it. And then later maybe a little rock and wrestling, in the morning time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of rock and wrestling, did you know? I think I shared it on the Facebook page. I did not know that Uncle Phil did the voice of JYD.
Yes.
Oh, I can't believe you didn't know that. That's awesome.
No clue about that.
Brad Garrett voiced Hulk Hogan.
I did know that.
Raymond from Robert from Everybody Loves Raymond, which
How crazy
is
is that?
false advertising because I don't love Raymond.
Right.
Oh, but that was a good show though at the
I
time.
tried to go back and watch it, and I just couldn't. I couldn't. There's some shows that I were on whenever I was in that teenage phase of, man, I'm not watching this crap because this is what my parents watch, and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I've tried to go back and watch some I like, some I just can't. I don't understand it.
Right.
I just don't get it.
It's because you got older and you realize, well, shit, this ain't as fun as I thought that was.
I can't go back and watch cartoons that I used to watch, like
Oh, me
He-Man
neither.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved that stuff as a kid. I go back and watch it, and I'm sitting there.
It's terrible now.
I'm 5
hell
minutes
was I
deep.
watching?
It's terrible.
Right, I'm
What
5
the
minutes
hell
in.
was
I'm
I
like, what
watching?
the fuck was wrong with me as
You
a
were
kid,
8,
man?
and you probably were using crayons and shit.
That's right.
You thought everything was real. Hell,
Yeah.
my stuffed animals talked to me. Hell,
Yeah, that's right.
Eddie Ruxpin.
I tell you a funny anecdote story about my childhood and He-Man. I had every He-Man character there was.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Nice.
if it came out, I had to have it. So there was this one guy called Moss Man, just covered in AstroTurf.
Yep.
But so I'm over here playing on the front porch one day. Mom tells me to come in. I go in. I get my bath and everything done. I'm sitting down playing with my He-Man and everything before bed, and I get to noticing Moss Man's gone. Man, I know that kid down the street done stole my Moss Man. It was a brand new one. I am pissed
Damn.
off. Pissed off for days. Haven't seen this kid for 2 or 3 weeks. Next thing you know, I'm out on the porch playing again. About 2 or 3 weeks later, I'm sitting there playing with He-Man. Next thing you know, I'm being watched. And I know I'm being watched, and I'm starting to get scared. And it's coming from the bush. And I turn and look, and Moss Man's staring at my ass.
Moss
Yes.
Man,
That's where I put you.
He was locked in.
he was letting you know, hey, brother, you forgot me.
I
He's
felt
like, "This
bad.
is
I
why
went
they
and
call me
apologized
Moss
to that
Man."
other kid. He didn't know what the hell I was talking about.
I've actually got a story where I had The Undertaker and a Terminator in a buried alive match. I buried the figure of The Undertaker, and I will never go back and find it because I know that's still buried there. Because it has a Terminator that has a broken arm and is buried inside the dirt with it. I made a sacrilegious buried alive match between the two. Undertaker was forever leaving his big American badass side to the wolves and taking with him Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator. It was wild.
It was a sacrifice that had to be done.
It had to.
I had this friend when I was a kid, and her parents were really strict. They were super Catholic, very, very strict, religious. And she had the most beautiful dollhouse, like gorgeous, but pretty much all blonde Barbies, except she had one Asian Barbie, right? So I'm over there, and I'm hanging out one day, and I dress her up in this evening gown. It's like a silver black evening gown looking thing, and I was like, almost there. I get her like, you know, a bag, like a couple of things that could be used as weapons, and then I was never invited back over to their house because I made this Barbie sensational Sherry, and her mom overheard some of the conversations that were taking place. And I even put like crazy stuff on Ken and tried to get like Macho King Ken out of the situation. And I was never invited back over their house anymore.
Gee Willikers, I wonder why.
Because I made my own sensational Sherry Barbie. Didn't go over well. Very foul language on that one.
No
Sure
respect at all
is.
for the royal court.
Yeah.
No
That's
respect
right.
at all.
Sean, you got any story of the action figure that you grew up with?
God forbid a kid's creative. Like,
Right? I've forgotten so many about my action figure stories. Anybody take the wrestling figures and create your own fig fed?
A what?
A fig fed.
Oh,
a
yeah.
figure federation.
So I was
Like,
getting ready
you
to...
got notebooks, at least I did, of your roster, your championship rankings,
I
and all
was
this
getting
other
ready
stuff.
to ask, did nobody else take their G.I. Joes and
Done it.
turn them into wrestlers?
will you take
I
the
have.
part out?
Well, no,
Yeah.
no, I mean, just,
I have.
Yeah, I've
Used
mixed
them as
and matched
wrestlers.
parts.
Yes.
But you just said, okay, this is Sergeant Slaughter.
Yep.
This is Sting.
That
But
was my.
Quick Kick was my great Muda.
I used my broke Nintendo as my ring.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I had it
Nice.
pressed up against my little, 13 dial TV, 13-inch TV. And I had the bottom dial turned to where it was flat. That was my top rope that they came up.
And I thought I was poor.
Right?
I
Man,
was right there with you, man.
It was that rubber.
I
Let the
used,
young Vaughn say we're going to split these plums or not.
I used my G.I. Joe, but I had the Hasbro ring as my ring, but I used my G.I. Joe. I didn't use the Hasbro figures. I just didn't like them. I like the G.I. Joes, more articulation.
The
more
ones that didn't bend, that were just
No,
rubber.
the ones.
Oh, yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, not the LJNs, but the Hasbro's the one that kind of like had the arm. You can just pull their
Oh,
arm
they were
back.
plastic. Yeah,
those ones
okay.
that came out in the 80s.
Once you can press down, they jump at you.
Yeah,
or
something like
whatever,
that. Yeah.
Okay.
I had those
Yeah.
before the after the LJNs. Before that,
nice.
I would use the ring, and I'd use my GI Joes as my wrestlers. I even had a Street Fighter. I had remember Honda from Street Fighter 2?
Yeah.
That was my Yokozuna.
Okay.
Nice.
And everybody would be like, "Oh man, you got a wrestler in here mixed in with your GI Joes." No, I don't. I just got.
It's got Yokozuna, man.
Hiroki Goto is going to be a great E Honda, by the way. He's signed up to do the
Yes.
E Honda
Yes.
Street Fighter.
Nice.
But
Yes, he
that's
will.
about what I would do. Wrestling was just my gig. I didn't care.
You guys are so lucky though, because like you had rings and stuff, and I'm over here trying to reenact the Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty barbershop kick with Barbie dolls. Like, old Stacy's getting kicked through her window.
You know what
in her
kind of ring?
house.
You know what kind of ring I had? The monster ring.
Okay.
The rawest wore big black monster ring that was about this wide. Like this, big old ropes. I'd have a 40-man Rumble before it ever existed in WWE. I even created a shooting star headbutt. And then I saw it happen in real life. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, but the one you created and the one you saw in real life were two different versions.
Mine was better. Because mine.
Johnny did his off the top rope. I seen him do that with his figures.
You were talking about reenacting the Marty Jannetty, Shawn
Oh, yeah,
Michaels
we all-
barbershop. That is absolutely. I was listening to a big bunch of clips of Bobby Heenan, and that is absolutely my favorite when he's talking, and he's like, "Look, Marty Jannetty was so scared he's trying to run
Jump
away."
through the window. Throw yourself through the
Whatever
window.
it was.
Bobby Heenan
Bobby
made it perfect.
dying laughing, man. That man had comedic timing
Oh, yeah,
like no
man.
other. But when he said that, I don't know what it was.
I believed it.
I've heard it 500 times, but I was listening to that clip, and he said it, and I know I sat there for 10 minutes dying laughing.
Oh yeah.
I was like, why has this never just hit me like this before? But He said, "Look, Marty Jannetty's so scared he's trying to get out the window or trying to run away." Or something. I was dying. I love Bobby Heenan.
And old big shot Sean over here, he actually got wished happy birthday the other day by Addie and Marty Jannetty.
Oh, okay, cool.
Thank you.
Brag about
And
it.
he rubbed it in our faces.
He did,
Hey.
immediately.
I just said it happened.
Look,
How's that rubbing it in?
if something like
That's
that happened to me, I'd be rubbing it in a little bit too.
I'd tell everybody.
Hell yeah! I'm
What?
Go tell it on the mountain.
I-
Everybody's
Is there
going to
a
know.
roof access?
Marty Jannetty.
I would grab one of those blowhorns, so I'd be screaming to the heavens.
Yeah, man.
Mr. Jannetty, wish me happy birthday. Suck on it.
When he commented on something when I talked about the barbershop situation on Pro Wrestling World one time, he laugh reacted it and then he commented on it, and I was like, oh shit,
I mean,
I can never go back.
the man who was.
And don't
literally
forget, he
there
wants to be on your
just said
podcast.
something, you know,
Right.
He reacted. Yeah, I'd go up and announce something like that.
My
on the
thing is
roof.
crazy is I was always a fan of Marty's wrestling than I was Sean's.
Shawn Michaels will be the first to tell you that there wouldn't be a Shawn Michaels if there hadn't been a Marty Jannetty.
That's right. Even if Scott Hall whooped his ass while he was sleeping.
I believe.
Well, it's because somebody hooked the thing and blamed Marty
Yep.
for it.
I think we was talking about it a little bit last night on y'all's watch along, where I fully believe Marty had the drugs and stuff not been an issue. Marty could have been right there with
Yes.
Sean, Brett, Owen, and all
Yep.
of them. I think Marty and like Owen at the time, I think Owen eventually would have made his way up to main event status. But I think Marty and Owen and Razor could have been your benchmarks for the mid card.
That's right.
Oh, easily.
You know,
Especially
and
Razor.
yeah, you know, because if you can wrestle with them, then you can go up to wrestle with Sean and Brett and all them and do the things that they need you to do.
Exactly.
I think it's sad that, you know, Marty had the issues that he had. I think a lot of, you know, if it's hard to determine with Marty what's factual and what's not factual.
Yeah, because he likes to fabricate
Yes.
sometimes.
And I think a lot of that is probably substance
Yep.
induced, you know, but.
And he may believe it.
No shame, because I'm a huge Marty Jannetty in-ring fan. I
Yeah.
think he's probably, personally, top 20, one of my favorite wrestlers.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
just personal wrestlers. But I just think had, like, the stuff that he talks about happened to him as a child, you know, and
At
on
the
into.
bowling alley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if all that's true, you know, I can understand why you would turn to drugs and alcohol.
Same thing with Scott.
Especially especially in the wrestling world back then.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, because the wrestling world back then was all about hit the road, here's some booze, here's some pills to stay up.
Yep.
Here's some pills to go to sleep, here's some more booze to go to sleep.
Here's
You know,
God knows what else.
Right. You
And
know.
wild ribbons.
Yes. I think God did a lot of that's changed in the wrestling world too.
Yeah.
Yep.
That took look how many great wrestlers we lost because of
Yeah, we lost tons.
that lifestyle.
But I think it took them that happening before they took it serious. You know, because before, you know, when they had the whole steroid shit, that, you know, after that, all that was some bullshit. Like, they didn't really care. They put, you know, the health and wellness thing into place, and it was a joke.
That was after the.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think it was just they just did it to kind of, you know, shut some people up. But I think once you started losing some real superstars, some talent, they were like, okay, man, we really got to kind of start checking this a little bit because this is starting to hurt the bottom line.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's starting to make us look bad.
Exactly. And you were mentioning about this gobbledygooker. I want to hear about this.
Don't you love it? Hey, no.
I told them about your love of the gobbledygook.
Oh,
So they wanted to talk to you about the gobbledygook.
Yeah.
Big fan? You big fan? You big gobbledygooker
yeah.
fan?
What brought that up? We were doing the episode on.
Who was it? We were oh, bad gimmicks.
Oh yeah,
Like horrible gimmicks that just like. Thank God it didn't go there.
Yeah.
Like, thank God the gobbledygooker was the gobbledygooker and not the Undertaker. coming
Or
out that
Eggman.
egg.
yeah.
They were gonna tease it the hell out of him.
I don't care if he was Eggman, if he was Undertaker. There was nothing coming out of that egg that was ever going to fly. There was, and the gobbledygooker is the number one, exception. But yeah, I think we had about a 5-minute laugh.
Oh yeah, the coming out that because the Vipers had never heard of it. Or whatever.
She had never heard of it, and then what was it? You got tongue tied trying to say it and everything. It just the gobbledygooker was. It was about a 5-minute, escapade.
I'm surprised they haven't brought that back in wrestling yet. I mean, honestly,
I don't know if Hector Guerrero could do it anymore.
Give him time. Give him time. I mean, I kind of see creative going that way.
They did a few years back.
The Gimmick Battle Royal.
Gimmick Battle Royal at WrestleMania 17.
Poor Hector Guerrero, though.
Hey,
right.
Hey, he got a hell of a payoff, I'm sure.
He's
true.
No, I mean, he'll always be known as the worst gimmick ever. I mean, that's
legendary.
Hard to walk away from that.
His last name's Guerrero.
Yeah, exactly. And they also brought in, I can't think of his name. They had, for a storyline, they had Maurice be the gobbledygooker for one night.
Gobbledygooket.
I'm just really curious if his name was supposed to be the gobbledygooker, or if that's just the first damn thing that Gene Okerlund could think of.
Don't tell me you're the gobbledygooker.
Yeah.
I guarantee.
Right.
He just was like,
I'm wondering how much creative control Vince was in his ear going, just say something, damn it.
Yeah.
Just say something.
I guarantee that he got a little bit annoyed about this egg.
I don't know who didn't put that cigarette out at Royal Rumble 92.
Right.
Hey, put that cigarette out. Anyways, Ric Flair, congratulations, you won the title.
Mean Gene Okerlund was the king of going off script anytime something happened live that he cannot fix.
I still laugh at what he said in WCW, the Natural Born Thrillers. He said to blow out your asshole hair. I got guys that will take out your kneecap.
Or even say, fuck it, we'll do it live.
it's the best.
But the thing of it is, though, is I halfway believe that old Gene Okerlund does know people that could probably take out your kneecaps. Or did know people, at
It
least.
simmered beneath the surface. Like, he just strikes me as the kind of guy that probably had, like, a sawed-off shotgun stuck down in his dress pants or something.
Well,
like,
yes.
just,
quiet but dangerous.
He was one of those
don't be messing with me. I'm Mean Gene Okerlund.
Yes.
Like,
There's a reason why Hulk Hogan would always say, Mean Gene. It's because he knew that man had it
Call him
going.
Mean Gene
Let
first.
me tell you something, Mean Gene.
Well, do you know who called him Mean Gene?
Who
Jesse
was it?
Ventura.
Yes.
And just Hogan took it and ran with it, kind of like the term puppies. Everybody credits Jerry Lawler with it, but it wasn't him. It
Yep.
was the Road Dogg.
Yep.
But it kind of flew over like a fart in church with Gold Dog.
It was not
Road
cool.
Dogg. Then Lawler took it, picked up that fumble, touchdown all the way.
Yep, because Lawler made it funnier than what he said. Boobies! Puppies. He loved them all.
Yep. I know.
Kittens.
Lawler ain't right.
Yep.
Man. I love
But at one point, he quit his job for those puppies.
Yep.
And then he found out real quick that, well, she's not a ride or die.
Well, was it not even like 3-4 months
Yep.
afterwards?
He was standing on business and then found out, well, she didn't love me.
Business
Bitch, can I have my job back now? It's done, brother. It's all underwater underneath the bridge now. Come on.
business wasn't business. This is not the business I signed up for.
That's right. That's one thing that you can say about the old kind of classic wrestling. You had great commentators. Like, take for instance, EWA. They got a great commentary team in Aaron Rose and the Lone Wolf,
fantastic.
Bobby Blade.
Oh my gosh, they're so fun. They're so funny.
They are.
They did a bit. There was a guy. He was in the ring, and he was worried about his mouth guard. And Bobby Blade's just like, oh, he's just trying to get his mouth guard back to him. And Aaron Rose is like, no, I think that he has something in the ring that he's not supposed to. And Bobby Blade was like, he's just concerned about his health and his well-being.
Bobby.
And you know damn right. He said, Bobby. Great.
I love it.
And then you add in Trippin' Balls, who's become like a spiritual third man to them. And he comes on there, and it's like a whole new dynamic when the three of them are together.
You talking about
Because
Brant?
yep,
Oh god,
tripping
he's so
balls.
good. Tripping balls, Brant.
And from everything I've heard too, like especially listening to like JR's podcast and stuff, it's not easy to do a 3-man team.
Yep.
Because you're trying to play off of not just one other person. You've got 2 other people that everybody's got to play off each other. Your timing's got to get right with each other and stuff. So,
Yep.
I mean, you had a third person in there and it can still be cohesive.
And even worse, when you're one man, having to do the entire show yourself.
Joey Styles.
Yep. Oh my God.
That's Joey Styles.
Yeah.
And that was literally his thing. He prided himself on being the only one to be able to do a one-man commentary team.
Yeah.
And anytime they tried to pair him up with someone in ECW,
It wasn't.
he would show that he was annoyed by it.
Yeah. Hey, relatable. Just messing with y'all. No, this past semester I had to do intro to speech and debate, and I was just like, oh man, I've done this over and over and over again. And I got the first negative feedback that I'd ever had about that, and she was like, you went way over your time. You talk way too much. And I'm sitting here thinking, I do a podcast on Monday nights where I literally just talk to myself. Like,
Yeah.
and I can do it for 3 hours, like, and never run out of shit to talk about.
Right.
Exactly.
Especially if I put a mirror up in front of myself, man. I'm telling you.
Man, it's good to talk to yourself because that's one pretty man standing back inside the
I've
rear
seen
mirror.
you do that, Johnny. But when you start arguing with yourself, that's the problem.
No.
Yeah.
See, I've always said
Answering yourself's fine. That's fine. But
it's when you agree with yourself all the time.
Yes.
the problem.
That's problematic. And then last night, and then every once that me and Johnny will get off on these tangents. They're pretty autistic. And like last night we were watching Batman.
yeah.
It was just back to back, and it was like, did you know? We were watching Batman. Was it Batman Returns?
Yep. Batman Returns.
We were watching Batman Returns. We were like, did you know? And then I would be like, did you know? And then he would be like, did you know? And be like, and those back and forth. Facts, just spouting facts, talking about the comics. Didn't have shit to do with the movie or anything we were talking about.
Yep.
Stuff all the time.
Yeah. You guys like comic? You guys big comic fans too?
Hell yeah.
Marvel, DC, yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Do you like comics quite a bit too, don't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That's what it's all about because last night was just us watching Batman Returns and then we were just giving some facts about the comic books that never makes it into the movies because they try to shy away from the comic booky stuff. And I'm like, but that's the whole point of bringing them into live action was to bring the comic books to life.
Yeah.
Well, they want to, you got to sell it to the kids because that's where the money's at, obviously. Kids are the ones that drive when it comes, especially with Disney or like any company, it's a business first. And so,
Yep.
unfortunately, they're going to do what they think is going to make them the most money. And sometimes that means, straying away from the actual comics and stuff and kind of water shit down. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in like, say, comic book movies, DCU, that's like nothing like what's in the comics. And you're like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
But, they take certain liberties, I guess.
Yep.
I guess you can do that.
But every once in a while, you'll find something like Superman 2025, and it brings to life the comic booky aspects that's been missing, and you realize that they can be done for the kids to love. But then you also get Marvel, who has their own thing going, and you realize that every comic book movie can be a medium for the children and for the adults. You just gotta find the good ones. Good storytelling comes a long way.
Yeah. Well, see, Marvel always does good with like live action. Their animated's kind of trash. I hate to say it.
Yeah.
Now, like DCU or DC does great with animated
They do
movies.
great
Like they have the
animation.
best, like the Killing Joke, and some of those ones with the Flashpoint or whatever.
Yes, the Flashpoint.
Watch those.
Now, like those are really, really good and stuff. Like I said, they kind of stick a little more to the comic books or whatever. But
The sad part is that the flashpoints that you referred to is where they killed the universe, and then in comes the new 52 universe.
Yeah.
And then the DC animation kind of went downhill for a bit.
There were parts
I
of that
mean, it
that I
looked good.
liked, but man, there were a lot of things that took place in New
Yeah.
52 that was just like, why would you mess with that? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like some people, like certain storylines and stuff. But some of it was good.
And they did not try to, in my opinion, they could have had Clark Kent with Wonder Woman, and it could have still had Clark Kent, but instead they were like, nah, we're going to have Superman be completely out there all the time with a woman who is known as Diana. Literally, they going by her actual name, because Wonder Woman is just her character name. And he's not going to be Clark Kent at all? You're going to act like this man's going to be just Superman with her? Come on. He can be Clark Kent with Diana. You don't got to have him be Superman 24/7. And that's what was lost in the New 52.
Get ready to go live on TikTok.
My biggest issue with comics is I didn't grow up like reading comics.
Yeah.
So like I'm just now learning like comic canon stuff.
Yeah.
So like my whole like if it's about comic books or anything, it's because I watched the movies. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I
get that.
But like I'll sit there and my sons especially, they're 27 now. Like I created monsters with them when I introduced them to Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because they tell me things about Star Wars that I didn't know was even possible.
Yeah.
And crap. So like I'm like, oh okay, how's that tie into A New Hope? Again, I created monsters, but they're into all the comics and stuff too and everything. So like when they tell me stuff and everything, and they're like, yeah, but this is this way, and they should have done it this way. I'm like, yeah, I can see why that would have been better.
Yeah.
But I also see why they do things for just the movies and everything.
Exactly.
Like I heard good things, I heard bad things about this new Superman movie and everything. I watched it. I thought it was okay. I mean, if they can build off of it right,
Yep.
then great. Because I'm sorry, DC needs an extended universe,
Sure does.
just like Marvel has.
Just not the Zack Snyder version.
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
But see, I don't have a problem with that movie when it was the 4-hour version, whatever it was. It explains some things.
But
I didn't know why in the hell these boxes were just breaking open all of a sudden. Well, okay, it explains because when Superman screamed.
but then you
Makes sense when you tell people.
but then you also had this to look forward to, because that was only a cohesive story there.
Right.
Then you got Justice League 2 and 3, and now the story's going off apeshit walls, because now Superman's going to get cucked by Batman, and that's the only reason why he's going to go evil, because he got Lois Lane pregnant while Superman was dead.
All right. So, hey, I want to go live real quick. I just want to do a short intro. And hey, what's up, everybody? This is Calamity Jane. I'm coming to you live. And we have got Headlocks, Heels, and Havoc here in the studio today. I should have started this way earlier. But I appreciate everybody tuning in and just kind of tuning in with the conversation. I don't have the RMTP set up for TikTok yet, so I should. I totally should. But, yes. But we're excited. We've got them here in the house. We've been talking about, we talked significantly about NWO. We've been talking about comics.
Yep.
We're big comic folks as well as wrestling folks. You can drop your feedback about the comments. Did you guys watch PLE this morning?
I tried.
Or did you see highlights?
No, I wasn't getting up at 5 in the morning to watch a pre-show, and no, so I'm sorry.
Out.
I
I'm
have
sorry.
much to do tomorrow, so I guess I'll check out.
Listen, I kind of realized that we all were suckers, because we went to bed early, got up for 8 a.m. to try and watch this thing, and we realized that we didn't have ESPN Unlimited, and we had to use it through nefarious means by
Nothing wrong
phone.
with
It
that.
wasn't nefarious. No, Sean has a legit. He's got a legit.
It was not nefarious.
We don't judge here. We don't
Using
judge.
airplay is not nefarious, Johnny. It's just
We just had to
fucking
go
magic.
through the back door is all.
Yes, we went to the
Pee-wee word of the day.
backdoor action.
I asked him last night. I said, what was it, back door? I said, or was it back door?
Yeah, it was back door.
Yep.
I said,
our word of the
is
evening.
back door the Pee-wee word of the day? And if not, can it be tomorrow? Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All these indie folks coming in through the back door.
Right.
Man, they don't like it when they come through that back door, man.
If that doesn't, if that hashtag in itself doesn't up your likes at least for one broadcast,
Yeah.
I don't know
Hashtag
what's right
backdoor.
in the world.
Don't Google it.
anymore, man.
Just
Yeah, don't.
Exactly.
But now, going to the comic books, I got a question for y'all because, like, I've gotten mixed reviews about this. So I think I know where Uncle Slam's going to go, but the new Flash movie that just came out. Well,
Yeah.
not just came out, but came out a year ago this past summer.
Yeah.
What did y'all think about it? Honestly and truthfully,
I haven't seen it.
you haven't seen it.
I've seen it.
say
The only thing that I liked,
I think you're getting ready to say what I.
Michael Keaton's Batman.
Okay. Okay. I like that they brought him back too. I like that they let him finish off his character the
Yeah.
way he wanted to.
But it was not the character that we actually
Right.
saw in '89.
Right. The only other thing about that movie that I really liked, I didn't think it was a horrible movie overall. I think it was just all the bad press that they
Yeah.
kid got and everything. But the thing that I loved about that movie was when all the universes were crashing together, and like you got to see Nicolas Cage as Superman.
Yeah.
And then I'm not gonna lie, like the 5-year-old in me, like was just like jumping to the roof when I seen Christopher Reeves as Superman
And Helen
down,
Slater.
Yep.
and then I seen Supergirl from the '80s fly up beside him. I was like, "That's the shit, man! I don't care if it's AI or not. It's that's the shit. Yeah, it was great.
Hell yeah, it was.
I mean, I thought that was done well.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I wish they would have added more.
Yeah.
You know, and more characters. You know, like maybe do like a little scene of the TV. Well, no, that's Marvel.
Yeah.
I was gonna
But-
say the TV show Spider-Man, but that's Marvel.
But
That's
they could have
CBC.
they could have definitely did something better with the storyline that they're going for Flashpoint, because that's basically what it was supposed to be Flashpoint
Yeah.
Paradox, and instead of doing it like the comic book would do it, they had some trivial stuff instead of trying to make it accurate. They had his other self there from another timeline. That guy becomes the villain, as we saw from earlier. But at the end of the day, that made no sense, because then he's not even the big bad. It's like everything gets reversed, and now we can lay it on a cliffhanger that's never going to get resolved, because now you're seeing this George Clooney version of Batman show up. His tooth falls out. It's like, what are we doing here, folks?
Stop leaving us on cliffhangers if you're not going to finish the shit out.
Exactly. And you know that they had known that the Snyderverse was going to continue, so why base your film around that entire universe that's already dead and make that ending make no damn sense, and make your villain not Reverse Flash, because that's who I was thinking was going to pop up. I was like, finally, we're going to get Reverse Flash. Finally, it's going to show Barry, you're a big-ass dickhead that I'm a fan of, but I got to be the biggest dickhead around here towards you, buddy. That didn't happen. Instead, what we got was Barry versus Barry.
I'm hoping.
I was disappointed.
I'm hoping that
Did
with the
Vince Russo
Superman.
write that movie?
Yeah.
Yes,
Brother.
he did.
Bro.
Well, bruh. I'm hoping that this is a reboot for the DC stuff, because it really fell off, and I also need them to calm the fuck down with all the Marvel stuff, because it's too out of hand. Like, I can't. If it's to the point that somebody that has all the subscriptions can't keep up with what you're coming out with,
Yeah.
it just feels like you're making shit now. Like,
Exactly.
nobody, like, and to be fair, the only time that's ever worked in their favor was Guardians of the Galaxy, because I was like, when the fuck are you making a. Nobody asked for a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. It ended up being great
Yes.
for what it was, and that's cool, but you can't just do that with, like, every one-off title that Marvel ever had, and they're like, you know
Exactly.
who needs a movie? These guys. You know who
You
needs
know
a
what?
movie? Princess Amethyst.
You know
Like,
what?
Just stop, please.
They also did the Madam Web one, and we saw how
the
that
worst
went.
ever. The worst movie ever. I don't know if you've watched it or
I've
not.
not seen
Leslie.
it. I just saw
Don't
Backlash.
waste the 2 hours of your life that you're going to watch. Like, I would go fucking just beat my head against the wall. The story is, like, it's worse than Morbius, worse than I can't think of anything that's probably worse than that. I don't know if you ever watched a movie called Dragon Wars, where
Yes.
there's like animated, fake-looking snakes and shit, and the CGI is terrible. It's worse than that.
Oh my God!
Like, it is terrible. Like, I don't know how they threw so much money into just a big pile of shit. And it was like, here you go.
Exactly.
And even if you weren't really big in the Spider-Verse, like, it would still, as a casual moviegoer, I can see that it still might be kind of hard to get past from that was the chick that got nailed in 50 Shades of Grey. Like, that's the same chick, right?
That's right. She's
It
getting
just makes
That's the
BDSM.
same
no
chick.
sense.
And you're like, oh, it's mad. I'm supposed to take you seriously now? Okay.
And the costumes were shit. Looking at them, it looked like they were trying to go for Dollar Tree stuff and saying, "Oh, this is AAA stuff for y'all. Y'all don't get no classic Spider or Madam Web. Y'all get this bootleg dollar store, Wish.com, whatever you want it to make it look like."
The Temu villain is basically what it was and shit. That's the way I felt. It's like a Wish type of
And see,
enemy.
the sad thing too is like I enjoyed like all the individual DC movies. Aquaman, not so much the second Wonder Woman.
Yeah, the
But
second
the
one
first
was.
Wonder Woman was good. You know, all those first movies were good when they were trying to start that universe out.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what, politics or whatever. And
WB.
Hollywood went to hell. I just feel like with DC, Warner Brothers needs to get the hell up out of the way
Exactly.
because they hit pay dirt back in 1989. They hit pay dirt again with Batman Returns. 3 did pretty good or whatever it was, and then they went to Clooney, and that just with the shit.
Once you had bat nipples, it went downhill.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't care what
The
you
bat
had.
card.
That was the point in the road
So-
where it,
That's what.
So here's
That's
an
everybody's
argument I was making
cut
last
off.
night whenever I called in, and I'm gonna make this argument real quick. No, I personally I think that Michael Keaton is the best Batman ever. I don't think he was the best Bruce Wayne.
yes.
That's right.
That's
Agreed.
right.
I honestly and truthfully, when I close my eyes and I think of Bruce Wayne, out of all the people who have played him, I see George Clooney. He's got the playboy look and all that stuff.
He does.
I'm not saying the movie was great. I'm not saying his acting was great. I'm just
Okay.
saying as
Glad
far
we're
as
establishing
right,
that from
right,
the jump.
right.
'Cause it wasn't.
And I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
okay.
as far as when you close your eyes, George Clooney's what I see as far as Bruce Wayne. To me, personally, I think the best combo in all that set of movies, especially, was Val Kilmer. The only thing, I believe you said it too, was he's
dark hair.
blonde-headed.
Yeah.
But
If
Val
they'd
Kilmer-
have dyed his hair dark, perfect.
Val
Flawless
Kilmer,
Bruce Wayne. He
yes.
was moody.
That's right.
Yes, but he also he was
Psychological.
young enough, and had the playboy looks enough to be Bruce Wayne.
Yep.
He also had the action star enough to be
And the
able to
trauma.
do the Batman stuff.
Yeah.
I think he is one of the most underrated Batman
He is.
/ Bruce Wayne combos ever.
And he, for some reason, gets thrown underneath the bus with Batman and Robin just because it came after Batman Forever.
Yes.
George Clooney is old Bruce Wayne to me.
Yeah.
I think that
Yes.
if they'd have done it as he was the distinguished older that we've gotten in some of the animated
Justice
stuff.
League, Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Yawn.
Yes.
Okay,
Batman
maybe I
Beyond.
can buy
Could
that.
work.
And that's why I
not-
wasn't mad about Ben Affleck.
It's the bad,
Right.
Because
bad
he
nipple.
fits that older, gray-headed Batman.
And also, he was part of that Batman Returns comics.
He,
I think
he
Ben
reminds me
Affleck-
of Adam West.
Ben Affleck
Who's
is
that?
given the.
Ben Affleck gives me old Adam West. I think it's the
Yeah.
chin,
Sorry,
and
what
like
was
the
you saying?
cadence in his voice
I
sometimes.
think if
is-
given the chance, Ben Affleck would make a great Bruce Wayne.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know about Batman, but he'd make a great Bruce
Yeah.
Wayne. Now, for an old Batman, I've always said Clint Eastwood.
Like an
Oh.
That's a good
Batman.
casting.
Oh, yeah.
Batman, like-
I can see
Oh,
that.
like a Batman Beyond
Yeah.
type? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like all, like-
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
I dig.
That would be a definitely good casting for Batman Beyond.
But you know what's crazy is that we were talking about how good the DC animation is. I mean, you got to be fair though. The X-Men '97 series,
Okay, yeah,
when it comes
yes,
back
yes,
out,
yes,
they're
yes.
trying to take
They're coming-
that back. They're
I
coming
do
back
agree
hard
because
with
I
that.
did love that. Like I was pleasantly,
good.
I was really surprised, and I loved it because I think it just picked up right where the other one kind of left off as far as my love for it and shit. So yeah, I definitely.
Hell yeah.
Second
That was-
season. It's gonna be great.
I like. When is that supposed to come out? Honestly, shit, man.
Soon.
Seems
Hopefully
like they
soon.
just tease it. They put out
I
something
want
really
it.
good, and then they just wait a couple years, and they just hold it just way too long.
I need it. Give us our damn X-Men 97 right now.
Yeah.
I mean, if y'all can just count the love that we have for the X-Men 1994 animated series.
Oh yeah.
That was a stroke of genius for them to bring that out at the time when everyone was craving for some more X-Men animated series. I'm still wanting to see this second season, and I guarantee that it's going to be just as good as the first season, if not better.
Very excited about it.
I just don't like what they did with Morph, honestly.
Oh, when he
Just a blank,
whatever
face, yeah.
Yeah. And they didn't bring Onslaught. They were building up to that character, actually. That's a character that was not introduced yet.
I can't wait. I cannot wait to see They are bringing Gambit back as Death. I'm not trying to spoil anything, but they're going to bring Gambit back as a Horseman of Death. They did it in the comics.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh, you talking about the
Where
movies?
where they had him. Well, they had him as like the skeleton. There was so much foreshadowing. They went ahead and they offed him. Like, of course, Apocalypse is bringing him back in season 2 as the Horseman of Death. Like, there's just no way around it.
It makes sense.
Is it me or is anybody else excited that they're bringing Ghost Rider back?
Oh, I can't wait.
It's gonna be great.
I'm like, yes, let's do this. And then Nick Cage's Ghost Rider?
I'm not sure.
What are talking about bringing him back as a Ghost Rider?
Yeah. In like the extended universe movie.
I wouldn't mind that.
All of it's getting ready to flow into each other and everything with the Fantastic Four and stuff.
As long as he don't have his own movie, I'm
Yeah.
fine with it. Like, if he's making a cameo, then I'm cool. But I do not want to see Nick Cage.
I think that they need to cast someone else as Johnny Blaze.
Yes, definitely. Like I said, you have lots of options too. So
Especially,
There are movies I like Nick Cage, but Nick Cage to me is just like Keanu Reeves. He's Nick Cage in every movie.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's the same character.
This is something we've talked about extensively, and I really want y'all's opinion on this too, because we've kind of hinted at it. But they're announced that they're coming out with a Macho Man movie,
Yes.
and there have been tons of people who've had their names thrown into the hat as far as who's going to be who, or use this guy for the voice, use this guy for the body, like, which that would be difficult. But who do you think, like, when you think of, because I'm very specifically, like, I have 3 people in mind. Like, obviously, Machoverse, I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, the guy that cosplays as Macho Man Randy Savage and sets up, sometimes you'll see him out in the crowd at the WWE events, nails Randy Savage, like, has his costumes, everything, looks like the guy, right? But then you
Sure
have
does.
Dan Soder, the comedian Dan Soder, who does a spot-on, perfect.
Are you talking about the guy
Flawless
who's talking
impersonation.
about how you do the?
Yes.
yeah, okay.
And he walks you
act
through
like
it.
you're not
Yeah.
losing. Act like you're trying not to lose it on your kids. And
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
Okay,
that's it.
Okay, yeah.
But I mean, they could buff him out. It could work. But then my third vote is David Harbour, because he did he was Hellboy, so you know that he can bulk up, and he's kind of like one of those Christian Bale types where, like, if you give him some directive and we're like, hey, we want you to only eat a can of tuna for like 2 months, he's gonna do it because he's like real devoted to that.
that's right.
But I think David Harbour has the look and could do the voice and could get the mannerisms down. But he was already in Hellboy and he was buff. Or Elijah, like, if you're going to go wrestling wise. So those are my, I think it's like 4 people.
Yeah.
But
I think
some
either get a wrestler and kind of try to turn him into an actor, or get an actor and try to turn him into a wrestler.
Yes.
I think it probably be easier to turn a wrestler maybe into an actor, just because wrestling is kind of physical or whatever. Right offhand, like I said, I can't think of anybody like probably besides the comedian that we were just talking about or whatever. But I don't know if he. I think it'd be too much work for him to get in shape to actually get into that wrestler body or whatever. So
Snap into a Slim Jim. Ooh,
yeah. He might be able to snap a Slim Jim. I think that's about it.
yeah.
But that's a great thing about the Macho Man documentary that's coming out. Have someone that fits the bill. Have someone that has the look. Have someone that can do the voice. Have someone that is dedicated to becoming Macho Man Randy Savage, because not any actor can be cast as that character.
What about the cat from the Spider-Man movie? Is he still?
Oh, yeah.
he still there?
Bonesaw McGraw?
Yeah,
Man.
Bonesaw. See,
Man, that would be perfect.
spot on.
Yeah,
Be
Oh,
great.
yeah.
Knock it out of the park.
exactly.
I was sitting here trying to think of who, and I can't really think of anybody right offhand. One person comes to mind, but also, taking into account what Hollywood can do now, as far as they can take us and make us look like,
Each other, pretty much.
pretty much. So to me, it's more who can nail the role, who can actually, because you put prosthetics on.
Yeah.
I don't want,
here's the thing.
I don't want too much prosthetics to where it looks retarded.
Yeah, you're just like, yeah.
But I don't want it to look dumb.
Here's the thing. We have Kevin Makeley, who played Macho Man in The Young Rock, and I think he did a perfect job.
That's true.
I don't know if he can do.
Because I've never watched that show.
Oh man, it for what it is, it's a really good show. For going back and watching like the old school guys through Rock's perspective when he's like 7
That's
years
right.
old.
Right.
That part's really cool. I like that.
And as Iron Claw proved, not every person can play a wrestler because Ric Flair's actor dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Puny.
know,
I could have
dude.
broken him over my leg like
I'm trying
that.
to figure out who greenlit that guy.
Me too. I'm still.
Give him where, you know what? That's the perfect Ric Flair.
He was
Yeah.
like the 5th choice, and like something drastic or tragic happened to the
first
first four,
four
and they're just like, and he was like, "Put me in, coach."
There was floods and hurricanes.
There were
All of a
natural
sudden, they all got
disasters
four
that
flat
prevented them.
tires for some
Yeah,
reason.
so weird.
One
That
was
guy's
stuck on
like-
top of Space Mountain.
The only time that he actually sounded like he was doing a Ric Flair was there at the end inside locker room
I don't
trying to
believe-
do it.
I don't believe for 5 seconds that he would have done the helicopter.
He wouldn't.
That guy
He'd have done a light.
That
cannot
guy would have
properly
tried.
execute a helicopter.
He'd have done the light switch.
Yeah.
You could tell.
Light switch.
You could tell that he wanted to do it in front of Zac Efron, though.
As a matter of fact, the movie I seen him in before that, I think he was doing that to a light switch. So,
Oh,
no,
That's his background. That's it.
right.
that's right.
No, one person that I could think of that has the athleticism, and actually two people, because they both got the athleticism and they're from the same show, is, and with prosthetics and stuff, I think they could probably, I don't know about their voice and what they could do with that if they're any good at it. But, what's his name? Josh Amell, the
Yeah.
guy from Heels, and the guy who plays his brother from Heels.
Yes.
Yeah.
Steve and Amel, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Stephen Amell. Yeah.
They nailed it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I think
want that show so
somebody
bad.
like that they could pull from a show like that has some wrestling ability because they've done a little bit of it in that ring, to film
Exactly.
and stuff. So, I mean, and that's really all you got to do is have enough to be able to film a few
Yep.
moves to get through a match and everything. So, I
You
think
know.
maybe look in that direction and everything to do it. But I'm over the hills that they're actually getting into doing these biopics about wrestlers.
Yes. Especially with Macho Man, because he deserves it.
Oh, I love Macho.
It makes me
I got
happy.
to meet the Macho Man one time when I worked for Stanley Steamer.
Unfortunately, the Hogan movie will never see the day of life.
That's right.
No,
Light
not
of
now.
Hey, my dad got to share a cell with Randy Savage before he was famous.
Hey, see, it scared the shit out of me when I met him because I thought we were meeting like a senator or a congressman or something like that. I worked for Stanley Steamer. The guy I was working with knew I was a wrestling fan because I was like NWO was going on, all that stuff and everything, and I was like, man, talking about. He was like, he seen the name. It was Randy Poffo on the list and everything, and we got to the house and everything. He's like, hey, man, I need you to just act right and everything here. It's a big-time client and everything.
Get your shit
And
together.
I'm like, what do you mean act right and everything? He's like, well, we can't be, goofing off or
Or
anything like that.
fanboying.
Right, yeah. And I was like, okay, whatever. And so he, like, when we pull up, he makes me get out and go knock on the door. So I knock on the door, and I kind of turn my back to the door. Well, when I turn my back to the door, I'm looking down at the van. He looks at me. He's like, turn around. And I turned around, but at the same time I turned around, I heard the door start opening, and there's the Macho Man standing there on a pair of crutches in a pair of Superman boxer shorts. That's all he had on. He was. It was whenever he blew his ACL out in WCW. He was him. I guess it was just before or while they were doing the divorce or something was going on with him and Elizabeth. She was upstairs. I seen her. I didn't get to talk to her because she looked mad, and I wasn't about to try to talk to her. I was there to do a job. But I just turned around. I just looked up, and I was just like, I went fanboy real quick. I was just staring. I didn't know what to say. He just looked at me. He was like, "You gonna come in?" He talks like that for real too.
Yep.
It ain't fake. It's
Definitely. And just think, before that, he had a raspy voice that was coming into that deep voice that we know.
Well, he was offering us beer and everything, man. I ain't never thought about drinking on the job in all my life more than I did.
But when Macho Man offers you a beer, you drink it.
I was going to, but I didn't know if the dude was going to tell on me or not. He wasn't going to drink.
Yeah, Macho Man's gonna snitch on you to your boss about drinking a beer at work.
Macho Man.
That's totally the vibe I get from Randy Poffo.
Randy Poffo is basically like, you know what, dude? I know I offered you the beer. You wasn't supposed to take it. We'll snitch on you right now.
That was a trick.
I'm in your mind.
Rises to the top.
I'm gonna slap you to my Slim Jim laughter.
Home rises to the top of the.
Yeah.
Drink a Budweiser, but snap into a Slim Jim. Oh yeah.
That's right.
He's just throwing Slim Jims at us as we leave.
Gonna test your blood alcohol level.
Yeah, can you pass?
Can you dig it?
You know, before he was even famous, he was stealing steaks and food.
Yeah.
And my dad shared that jail cell film and didn't even realize they was sharing their cell with the Randy Savage.
See? And people don't realize that, like, he's got some roots here in Lexington.
Yep.
You know, like, people don't realize his
Lived
dad.
right across the street.
Yeah, his dad ran a wrestling. What was it?
ICW.
ICW. Yeah, and ran it here for what, like 5-6 years. Something
Yep.
like that. It was open. Everything. I think they did a lot of dealings with Memphis.
Oh yeah,
back in the
Poffo
day.
territory was like
Yeah.
just right here.
Cincinnati, from about Cincinnati to here.
Which how cool was it that he, like, I'm going back and watching stuff about him and Jerry the King Lawler and how all that happened from Memphis. That basically said that to get his match with Jerry the King Lawler, he just kept harassing him and sending him tapes in the mail, like talking shit to him.
Yeah.
Like we have it so easy today because we can just pull somebody's profile up and be like, "You want to fight me, bitch?" And he was sending tapes in the mail to Jerry the King Lawler. What a goat! Like, and then finally he was like, "Fuck! Like, I have to fight you. It almost feels like a waste if I don't."
Camcorders were not cheap back then.
No.
VHS tapes were not.
Randy
cheap
Orton,
back
Randy Savage was dedicated to getting this match.
Yes.
And then you got to mail that VHS.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
then you got to mail it in.
There was no express mail back in. You was waiting 6 weeks to
And
get response.
That was at Rupp Arena too when they finally did face off, wasn't it?
Was it Rupp? I thought it was Louisville
It
Garden.
may have been.
May have been
It
Louisville.
was yeah.
May have been all.
But they did.
Right. It may
They were
have been.
territories. They ran about
Yeah.
the card every other.
It wasn't just one place they ran the show. How crazy is that though? That back then, even in the 80s, you could run a show in Louisville, and a week later, run the same card in Lexington,
Yep.
and the same results. But the results had not made it from Louisville to Lexington.
Probably
That's
would have been
right.
a lot easier. That'd probably make it a lot easier on people. And be
Unless
like,
you
oh
just
shit,
happen
we
to
got to
be
come up
in
with a
the
new
crowd of
finish.
both. Yeah.
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 It's like, you just didn't. I mean, there were the dirt sheets, yes, but you had to be in the know to get, your hands on the dirt sheets and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I think it was a great time in wrestling because you didn't know.
That's right.
You just watched it to enjoy it. Like I seen somebody message, or they posted in a wrestling group. They said, if I'm watching wrestling and stuff, how do I know who's going to win the match? Or how do I predict it and everything? And people were sitting there, giving them hints and stuff about, well, if this happens. blah,
Damn
blah,
you
blah.
smarks.
Finally, I just messaged. I said, you don't. Just sit back and enjoy the match. Stop trying to predict it and just enjoy what's going
My
on.
favorite thing is when they're asking, hey, I can't follow this wrestling stuff. You got to give me a hint. Does this guy win? Is this guy going to turn this guy? Hey, I know that guy's going to turn. Oh, he didn't turn. Can you give me a hint when he's going to turn? It's smart behavior.
I've got a foolproof way. We were talking about this earlier. A foolproof way to know who's going to win the match is wait until the three wait until the 3 count is over.
That's right. That's right.
There's
and then
this
I'm
thing
like,
that rings.
called it. Sean does that shit. We'll be going live, and he'll be like, the match will be over, and he'll be like, well, that's who I was calling to win the match. No, the fuck you didn't. You're supposed to do that before the match is over.
As soon as that ref
Hey,
came to
never
the 3, I
loses.
knew he was winning.
Yep.
I knew it. Called it.
But
Right
that's the
there.
funny thing about it is that wrestling has always had these kind of smarts where they think that they know it all, and they don't try to invest themselves in enjoying the storytelling. If they just sit down, watch the match, they'd realize that they can get invested into it just like they would a TV show, just like they would a movie, because it's all about the bad guy versus the good guy. You're watching a war between these two to find out who's going to overcome the bad guy, and if the bad guy is going to take down this baby face and kill him.
Well, it's what I tell people all the time when they ask me who's going, who's going to win this, blah blah blah. Who you expect to win? I tell them, did you sit down and watch Terminator, expecting to know exactly who was going to win or what the outcome was going to be?
Exactly.
At the beginning of no.
It's the last
You
thing I'm
watched
worried
the
about.
entire movie so that you could piece it all together, so that at the end, when whoever won, whatever the outcome was, you knew. Well,
That's right.
That's a wrestling match. You watch it from beginning to end, so you know why the outcome happened.
You got to
Sometimes
enjoy
it's
it.
salt to the face. Sometimes the bad guy put his feet on the ropes. You
That's
know?
right.
That's part of the story.
That's right,
Sets
because
up
there's
next
so
week.
much.
It's yeah. I don't understand people that want to. It's like you don't, and even getting away from movies. You don't watch the NBA, wanting to know who's going to win the game in the first quarter.
That's right.
Watch the game. Find out. Enjoy it first.
Yeah.
You got to experience it. You
Just
can't
enjoy
just,
it. People get so bogged down in like the details of like who gives a shit. Like 90% of the time, I don't even care about the belt. Like the belt is like that's like icing on the cake. But I'm not like, oh, so and so needs a title shot. They're gonna get there eventually. But sometimes let's just let
I think
stuff
that-
happen.
I kind of think the anticipation is what draws you in or keeps you in wrestling, because if I knew everything that happened, then why would I even watch it?
Yeah.
It's okay, well, they might win, they might not win. Oh, okay, they almost did. Okay, damn, okay, they just kicked out. It's like, okay, so who's real? But nowadays, I think society, I don't know if it's a cultural thing or not, it's just like everybody wants instant gratification. They don't want to
Yes.
sit through and kind of do the work. They just want to know instantly, okay, well, who won, who lost, and why. It's like, I don't want to watch a 30-minute match. Like I just want to watch the highlights real quick, and then that's all I need.
Yeah.
Instead of just enjoying the match for what it is. Because, like, me, like, I like going back and watch some of the older matches, and I already know who's going to win, but just watching, I'm still watching it like, oh, shit. Oh, like, is he really going to
Exactly.
win? Like, I know exactly who's going to win. Like, I'm watching Hell in a Cell, and I know what's getting ready to happen, but when he throws him off that cage, I'm still like, oh, shit, he killed him. Especially, I'm hearing JR screaming, he's dead, he's dead.
As God's my witness, he is broken in half.
My God.
JR always just sold everything to me so hard and shit. Like when it comes to wrestling, like he made me believe like, oh, he's dead. Oh, he's really dead and shit. Like But nowadays everybody just wants to know. Well, I got about 5 minutes. Let me know what's gonna happen. No, it's like the
You got to experience it.
yes, you have to experience it to like really enjoy it and shit. Like the not knowing is what makes it so good. That's the
Makes
same
it
thing with
fun.
movies or anything. It's not knowing because we already know what's gonna happen. Then
And
what's the point of watching it?
Suspense.
Here's what made it fun too: is that JR and King, they had no clue who was going to win and lose,
Yep.
because they told them, "Do not tell us. We want it, experience it in real time to let our emotions follow suit." And that's exactly what they did. They went out there day in, day out, not knowing who's going to win, not knowing who's going to lose, who's going to interfere. That was real emotion. Every time JR was screaming, "Triple H, you son of a bitch, tell me why, tell me why," that was his
Yes.
real emotion towards you.
So let me ask you this, because I noticed this the other day too, and now that we've gotten on the subject of JR and King and stuff, I don't feel like there's an announce group or even an announcer out there, whether it be color commentary or play-by-play, that like gets me emotionally involved
Man.
like JR did.
That's right.
And then, you know, just to add King on top of it, I don't feel like there's a team out there that just like, oh my God, I feel, you know, Stone Cold Stunner, man, I feel that. I felt it every time he yelled it, hit it,
Michael Cole is the only one that gives me like nostalgia. Like I'm not just listening to somebody to put up with him because they are doing announcing or commentary, but that's really it. And as far as like ring announcers go, we fumbled the ball when Simone Irving left. That was a fail. She was great. We should have just kept her. Why in the hell couldn't they could have let her manage, but I understand wanting to keep her as an announcer because she was fantastic as an announcer, but
And she hated it.
Fumbled the ball.
Sadly, she hated being a ring announcer.
Well, she had aspirations to do other things, and I understand, you know. But
She made me emotional for Cody Rhodes winning that title against Roman Reigns. She cried.
oh yeah, when
I felt
heard her
that.
voice crack and everything, I was like, oh my Lord, you know. I was like, yeah, it got me. But that's what's great about wrestling, you know, is you can get emotionally invested into it like that. Like I said, you know, with JR, you know, with him, I don't know, just like when
He always sold it so well.
Yes.
Like he made you believe that he believed that it was real and shit. Like
Yes.
like when the Undertaker got put in a casket and they're burying him alive, and he's like, "Oh my God, they're burying him." I'm like, "They're really burying him. How's he gonna get out? Like, is there air in there or what?
Especially,
what's gonna happen?"
especially when the casket sets on fire.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Like, how do you engulf an entire casket on fire and is he okay? What's going on? You know, and then you got JR screaming in the background, oh my God, oh my God. And then King's like, what's going on? I don't know. You know, it's just like, I don't know. I don't hear that anymore.
You
When
don't.
it comes to announcing everything. And like, it's like, okay, Cody Rhodes won. Yay! He finished the story.
Oh, man.
Like, I love that he did that. I was emotionally invested in the whole finish the story thing. But it's like, when he finished it, it was, oh, good, he finished it, yay. You know, and that was it. The golf clap, let's on to the next.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
We were this close. We were very dangerously close to acquiring a casket, because it was a good deal on Marketplace.
Yes.
Sometimes
But
you
then I
can't
thought,
pass up a good deal.
but I mean, maybe sometimes you should because it was used. It was advertised as being used.
Yep.
And it
Used.
specifically said in this is why. I mean, like, I can't think of any worse juju that you could get on you, but it was advertised as slightly used. Apparently somebody had been buried in it for like 2 years, and then they decided that they wanted to go, and this is their exact words, they wanted to go a different route. So,
and they were dead, and they decided this.
no, I guess it was family members. So they're like,
okay. So family was like, you know what? They've been buried for 2 years. Nah, that's not.
We're going to get him a fancier coffin.
late to cremate them? Can we just do that instead?
My first question is, what is the statute of limitations on getting your money back after you buried a body in a plot?
I would doubt that they got the full
I
amount
mean,
back.
they probably got it from Sam's Club or Walmart.
That's
It's
wild.
in the group chat. It's somewhere in the group chat.
I mean,
I'm
you can bring
hoping-
shit back all the time. Hell.
I'm hoping it's just somebody playing a joke, but I'm just trying to figure out the logistics.
Man, that's me too. I'm like, I want to think that it's a joke and somebody's being funny. But
gotta be
it's
some kind
not.
of
It
tax
might not.
write-off.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Because it was like a white lined casket, and then you could see like there was some discoloration.
Ooh.
Well,
Biohazard. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Great.
Biohazard. Oh, we're going to get Return of the Living Dead.
But you can't beat that deal, brother. Where else you gonna find a casket for that?
Damn straight. With
Hell
Tar Man
yeah.
2.
Speaking of
We'll take it up to
which, of
EWA.
crazy stuff
Hey.
on the internet,
I mean-
actually, this has to do with wrestling. Have you all seen that story about that guy from LFG?
Yeah.
That Shiloh guy?
Yep,
with
Shiloh.
shoes
I
and
love
shit?
him. I love following him. The Shoe Man.
Like, what the hell is, like, we talked
Oh,
about it
yeah,
on
yeah,
our show
yeah.
a while
Oh, that shit
back and everything, but it's like, what the hell is all that about?
I'll
know?
tell you. The man lives on the wild side.
I know what it's about, but I don't need to know any details because I don't need any cars sitting out my house. I don't need videotapes showing up. I don't need. I got all the shoes I need for anybody that is listening.
If he doesn't
So now
take,
you're going to go home Monday. You're going to get home from work Monday morning or Monday evening and be like, "What the hell? I got all these shoes."
Yeah.
It's just for saying that.
and
I got an ex-wife needs new shoes though.
yeah, send him to her. Send him to her house. If you'd like to know the address, just inbox the Nice Guy Andy podcast. We're doing a shoe donation from the dark web.
Just not every other weekend.
But what was cool about that is that if he does not capitalize on that and use the Beast as his manager, what the hell are we even doing?
Right.
Exactly.
I need that creepy Christmas clanker to go out to the ring
Right?
with Shiloh Hill immediate.
Yes.
The Beast is pleased, my child.
He is definitely a braver man than I am to be not just surfing the dark web, but to be ordering crap and
Interacting.
everything. You know, I'm just, I don't know. I don't
look
even
up
want you
Shiloh
to know
Hill.
my fake name. Because, you know.
That's right.
If I don't know people, I tell them my name's something else. I don't tell you.
His real name was Badass, though.
Right.
That could be a wrestling name.
Right.
Yeah. His real name sounds like a wrestling name. His wrestling name sounds like his real name.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't it like Hulk or something
It's
like
Thunder
that?
Keck.
Thunder Keck.
Thunder Keck.
Yep.
It's
And
his
you went
real
with
name.
Shiloh Hill?
Yeah.
He's like,
Your
what?
legal government name, your God blessed name is Thunder Keck Justice.
To me, he probably saw Johnny Hill and he's like, you know what? I could rock that heel
I
name.
think he's a nice guy. I like that guy. He sounds
gonna
like
be
a wrestler.
coming.
She said, I like
kidding me?
him. I hope he succeeds.
What was his parents thinking? It was like, man, I need a badass name for my son. Chuck
He's going
Norris
to be
is
a
taking
pro
Thunder
wrestler
Kick.
one day. Thunder Keck is going to be our kid's name.
Drugs.
He comes home.
They were
Yep.
thinking
Mom,
about
Dad,
drugs.
I made it. I'm going to be Shiloh Hill. They're like, what the fuck?
But have you seen the fish
He's
doorbell?
Native American, so you know.
Yeah.
Coyote plays.
Have you seen the fish doorbell video? That's like his one of his second successful videos is the fish doorbell, where he's talking about explaining it. Okay, so fish doorbell is this thing where there's some dam somewhere, and they didn't want to completely close it off, but what they've done is they built a door with a doorbell for fish to swim up to this, and they can get food, and then they swim to the other side. But instead of just like having a mechanism on it, because they couldn't figure out, well, how do we do this to know when the fish are, ringing the doorbell, they just made it live online. So it's like a live feed, and you can watch, and you can press a button on your keyboard, and it will open the door for the fish when the fish show up, and they call it fish doorbell.
Nice.
So they've relied on volunteers, but he was talking about how much he loved it. Of course, he was like missing his front tooth, and he was like, "Fish doorbell is great, you guys." Everybody needs to know about fish doorbell.
That's right.
Not as popular as the Beast or the Shoe Man, but what if he fought the Shoe Man?
That'd be
What
a
if
great.
they did a whole ass storyline where Shiloh Hill fights the Shoe Man?
Yes.
What is this, TNA?
Listen, Joe.
He's coming to the main
Joe.
card, I think.
What if he
This would be a great storyline. I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah.
It'd be great. It'd be making us
Bro.
money, bro.
So it's
Bro,
slow.
put him on the pole, bro.
So it's
he
slow.
debuts and all you see is a ring doorbell looking out of the street, and all you see is fish coming.
Yes.
But they're little sharks. And he's Shiloh the shark now.
Oh shit.
You know how long we've been on here?
How long?
Close to 2 hours.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
We're actually getting close to the money when it's time to go to EWA.
Shows you having a good time.
That's right.
Time flies when you're having fun.
AEW
That's
should
right.
Be a good time tonight, though.
Hell yeah, it was.
Facebook, I had.
Oh, you're totally fine. I understand that.
I was logging in one day. It was like, shit.
We'll have to get you back on.
Hey, we're more than happy to anytime.
And we're willing to come out to y'all
Yes,
show. Just
anytime.
let us know whenever and send us a link and we'll come in.
We'll get everybody together and figure
Yes.
it out and everything.
Yes,
Figure out
sir.
whenever y'all got time and everything. Like I said, we do it over StreamYard, so Nobody's got to go nowhere, do anything. We can all just sit around and BS again.
Yeah, we can do. Yeah, we do remote stuff too.
That's right.
We can talk about a specific subject. It's
Heck
whatever.
yeah.
I'm down for anything. I just enjoy wrestling.
Damn, Skippy. We all do, because that's what it's all about. That's what this podcast is about. Professional wrestling is what brings us all together, because there's no other sport like it. Nothing beats professional wrestling. And I will put that up against basketball, football, hockey, any sport that you can think of that brings people together. Wrestling is the sport to go to.
That's right.
Guys, who will say your goodbyes first?
I'll let you go first.
Oh, I was going to let you go first, sir. Go ahead.
I just want to thank y'all for having us here. I appreciate everything. Like I said, this is the first time being on like somebody else's show, and
right.
You guys were great. We had fun, relaxed. I felt like at home or whatever. So, like I said, I appreciate everything.
I just got to reiterate what he said. Appreciate the hospitality. Appreciate you having us on. Wrestling is a sport unlike any other. It brings people together that, I don't know how many times, I've seen people that you normally wouldn't see together, hanging out, rooting for the same person, everything. Just goes to show you we ain't all that different. Everybody come together, enjoy some wrestling, just have a good time. Ring the damn bell.
That's right. Ring that damn bell.
I'll say mine. I want to thank you guys coming in. When we met you at EWA a few months back, you didn't feel like strangers. You felt like brothers. Just like as soon as we met, instant connection. Loved it. Joe, Big Do, Jane, Johnny. Everybody, thanks. Everybody out there, stay nice. That's my call sign.
That's right.
Big beard.
Headlock, Heels, and Havoc. Thank you for coming in today. Thank you for willing to partner up, willing to share alike.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for all of you guys for tuning in. Thanks for the comments. Can't wait to do it again, guys.
Damn, Skippy.
Let's get it in.
Anytime. Like I said, if you ever want to do any watch-alongs too, let us know.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Dude, you want to throw in there? We're glad to see you, man. We hadn't seen you in forever.
Yeah, I've been busy at my aunt's house and stuff. Been doing other things. Want to give a shout out to McLeod's Coffee House I work at.
Hey.
And my aunt's work too. She works at a hospital. She works more than I do, but I want to give you guys a shout out too. So
Appreciate it.
I want to do an interview with the guys on my damn Facebook I had.
Just let
Yep,
us
that's
know.
understandable, brother.
Yeah, we'll get you a new one or something. We'll get you back up and
That's
going.
it. Just let us know.
Yeah.
Yeet, yeet.
Yeet, yeet. All right, I want to do my sign off. I just want to say thanks to everybody. We appreciate you joining us. And Headlocks, Heels, and Havoc, our new BFFs in the podcast world. We're so excited. I can't wait to we'll all go live sometime. Or we do remote shows like when it gets cold and shit. Sometimes we can't get to the studio.
Yep.
We are not above going online. So we just want to try this out randomly. This was very random for me to go live on the TikTok as well. But I think I'm going to start giving it a shot. If you are not already going to, I'm going to plug, tonight is EWA. And is it in Danville?
Yep, Danville.
So check that out. And then also, if you are going to be going to Squared Circle Expo, make sure you check them out. I don't know what the ticket situation is yet. You might be getting close to being SOL because they're selling out of stuff fast. So I know they're already out of their VIP passes. But we are going to be there. Some of us. We don't know who yet, but I'm at least going. I'm definitely going. So.
Because she's got the money and the plan.
And the love for
Money.
No, wait. Yeah, that's right.
The love for
We've
Sean
got to mention, but
Waltman.
she has a very
Oh, yeah.
crush on him.
And I got COVID 2 days before, and my COVID exposure period wasn't over until the Monday after Squared Circle Expo. I bought tickets like months in advance, had a hotel room, everything planned, had to cancel every bit of it. Didn't get any of my money back for my Sean Walton meet and greet. Heartbroken.
So Sean Waltman is your equivalent to the Vipers's Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy.
Yep.
Man, yeah.
Okay.
Look at that. We found common ground.
She will not like my opinion on Jeff Hartley. I'm not to say I'm not.
We're not going back to this.
Look, Jeff Hardy was good for teaching a whole generation how
What?
to dry your hands.
Right. Okay. To say I'm not a fan of Jeff Hardy would be an understatement of biblical proportions. I really cannot stand him. And it's got nothing to do with his wrestling. I'm surprised he's still able to go at the age he is and all the crap he's gone through. He's still able to go at a high level. However, it's as a fellow addict that Jeff is. I'm a recovering alcoholic, 10 plus years.
Congratulations.
Shout out to me for that. Thank you, dude. But I should want to support Jeff and staying sober, but I just don't see it staying long term. I feel horrible for feeling that way, but that's how I feel.
In those situations, you have to just support and hope for the best.
That's what I'm doing, but I'm not a fan of. I can't.
Understandable.
I fear and I pray it doesn't happen. I pray that we don't have another Sonny situation.
Right.
That's what I'm concerned about. That's mainly my main concern for not being a Jeff fan.
Hopefully, with good vibes, thoughts,
Yeah.
prayers, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
He can pull out and be another Buff and another Kurt Angle.
That's
Right.
right.
I mean,
Hopefully he pulls out of it and does it just to spite me.
Where you
Hey,
finished, James?
Sometimes spite gets you through a lot more than just grit and determination.
I'll just on a side note, on a funny note, while we're closing, and there's the Sunny situation is nothing to laugh about.
No, it's not.
But what was funny is that there was a guy that started corresponding with her while she was in prison.
Yes.
You guys
I heard about
that. And he's in the Wrestling Fan Hall of Fame now. If there's no official Hall of Fame to put him in, he's in the Wrestling Hall of Fame
He
now
should
because
be.
he had phone intimacies with Sonny in jail. So he's a bit of a folk hero.
Oh my God.
30 years ago, I'd have bragged.
I would have too, because she looked good back then. But as she got older
Don't
and
think
the
I'd be telling
addictions,
so many people about that now.
It ain't even because she got older. It's just,
don't forget, she also had the Godwin shit on her and spit.
I bagged that. No, I don't think that's.
But I just want to say I love everybody, and we appreciate you guys tuning in. So.
It was good.
Thank you all.
Guys, I just want to say thank you for joining in with us, commenting, watching, because we appreciate every one of y'all. Without y'all, we would not be here. So, guys, I want to show y'all love. And if you're not having fun,
You ain't getting none.
damn skipping.
Nice Guy Andy Podcast.
Watch the Nice Guy Andy Podcast.
Radio.
Those were expensive shoes.